Hi everybody, this is Kevin, and welcome back to another video. And today, I'm going to be sharing my spoiler-filled thoughts on The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, which I just beat this game, and after that ending, I gotta start Trails of Cold Steel 2 right away. Before doing that, I gotta record this video, because otherwise I'll be talking about things that happen in Trails of Cold Steel 2, and I gotta get all my thoughts out here right away. So, if for whatever reason you don't want spoilers, click away from this video, because it's gonna be filled with them, and go watch my spoiler-free video on The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 1. But for those still watching, I just want to reiterate that I really did enjoy this game. However, I do think it is the weakest of all the Trails games I have played so far. And at this point, I played them all in release order. So I played the Trails in the Sky trilogy, the Crossbell duology, and now Cold Steel 1. And I do think it's the weakest. It's very slow. But it also has that comfy feel to it with the structure it follows, where it has very low stakes in the beginning. And I like the structure of it, how each chapter, you get up, you see some cutscenes, then you do your bonding events, you do your requests for Toa, you explore the old schoolhouse, then you do the practical exam, then the field study, then you see the crazy shit at the end of each chapter, and then you see people scheming, whether it be the Imperial Liberation Front, Gileath Osborne, Super Maid Sharon Kruger, Phantom Thief B, whoever else. So, yeah, I like the structure of it. And then the ending, man. The final chapter and the cliffhanger, Valimar the Ashen Knight, the mech battles, man. Let's just talk about that right away. I can't wait to play Trails of Cold Steel 2 because of how awesome those mech battles were. Which, granted, we got 2 mech battles at the end of this game right here against Scarlet in Spiegel, and then against Crow in Ordine the Azure Knight, which... Azure keeps rearing its head. Like, the Azure Diva trails to Azure, the Azure Knights. Even Reen, when he gets his upgraded S-Craft, it turns from Flame Slash to Azure Flame Slash. What is the deal with Azure? I'll never know. Well, I guess we'll find out eventually. So, with this video, with my crazy ramblings, we're going to go through all the screenshots I took. There is no menu character log similar to Zero in Azure, so I can't really go through the characters that way like I did the prior videos. So we'll just go in order. I'll talk about, I know I went out of order in the beginning here, but whatever. We'll go in order from my screenshots and then talk about the characters, what I liked, what I didn't like, and the overall story. So here's the opening, the title screen. Right away, right away in the prologue, you see what happens at Garrelia Fortress at the time of the West Sumeria Trade Conference in Crossbell, where, the Imperial Liberation Front and the terrorists from Calvard attacked Orcus Tower, and that's when the Red Constellation and Heiui showed up and took care of Comrade G, which they showed the profile picture of that one member of the Imperial Liberation Front in Azure, and that was Comrade G. That was Gideon. Which Gideon, they sort of hyped him up as the big... Well, I guess he's the big villain of this game. But they sort of hyped Gideon up early on, and then he just goes out off-screen in Azure. So he went out like a little bitch. But yeah, on the word with C. Again, Trails continues to have its twist villains, which I had no idea C was C. And I still stand by the fact that I think the overall twist villain of this entire series is going to be Gileath Osborne. But after playing this game, I love Gileath Osborne, and I can almost see the twist of Gileath Osborne being a good guy. Because Gileath Osborne has his Iron Bloods, has Claire, Lecter, Million, and I'm sure some others that they're going to reveal later. I love them. They're good guys, man. So if that's the case, what if Gileath Osborne isn't the twist villain at all, and he's really the twist good guy? What if that's the case? But right away in this game, Instructor Sarah, another favorite character of mine, is talking about the unsavory group known as Ouroboros. And Ouroboros does appear in this game rather early. I mean, we see Blue Blanc pretty early in the game. Who, by the way, Blue Blanc's been in every Trails game thus far. He was in Sky first chapter, second chapter, the third. Well, he left his calling cards in Zero. That was the bra moment. Azure, And then he's here in Cold Steel 1. And he's voiced by the legend, Kirk Thornton, who is one of my favorite voice actors and one of the more underrated voice actors. I mean, the dude's been around since like the 90s, and he's great. He's awesome as Bobog. I love the way he handles the character. But here's some of the openings. I had to take a screenshot of our boy Gilead Osborne, of course. I love this image of all our characters. I guess we can talk about the characters right here from left to right, where we have Laura Arcade, who is the daughter of the Viscount Victor Arcade, who is a complete badass. Absolutely. And there's a scene where she comes across Mishi, and she's like, oh, Mishi's a rather charming character, isn't he? He's from Crossbell, but he's rather charming. So I wonder, once we get to the big crossover event, whatever the hell that happens, I guess Trails into Reverie, is Laura going to meet Tio? They're going to bond over Mishi? That'll be so sweet. Over there we have Emma Milstein, who is rather mysterious. And honestly, if Elisa didn't exist, I would say Emma would be the waifu of choice for Reen. But clearly in the marketing, and honestly, I like Elisa. I know people don't like Elisa. I like Elisa, whatever. But Emma, with Celine, and just her connection to the overall story, I feel like she's a good fit for Reen as well. You know, lots of cool stuff. She knows more than she lets on. We have the young Fee Clausel, who was adopted by the Jaeger King himself, the commander of the Zephyr Jaeger Corps, which again, this is why you play Zero and Azure first, because we know about Zephyr because of the madman Garcia Rossi, who was the second in command behind the Jaeger King, and we fought him a couple of times in Trails to Zero, and well, he helped our boy Lloyd Bannings escape in Azure. And I can't wait to see later games to see the development of Fee's character if she crosses paths with Garcia Rossi again, because, well, the Jaeger King's dead, so that's not the case. Although there are two characters who they insinuate, I think they do say they're part of Zephyr near the end of the game here, which we see them early on, which, man, that's why there's so much foreshadowing in this game, where they were with Duke Kayan, who was one of the members of the Noble Alliance, who sort of turns the tide against the Reformists and Gilead Osborne. But yeah, she's great. She's like, early on, you don't know much about her, but then you get to the one chapter where she bonds with Laura, and Fee really opens up out of her shell, and I like the symbolism with her in that she's part of the gardening club, and the one girl who's also part of the club, Adele, is like, wow, Fee's flowers have really taken off. It's showing the symbolism of the flowers growing and Fee blooming on her own, and I really liked her quite a bit, man. She's great. Over there in the distance, Eustace Alborea and Machias Regnans, which, that's the thing, too, I should mention about Class 7, where it's a mixture of nobles and commoners, and that's sort of the class struggle of Erebonia, where Eustace is the son of Duke Alborea. I forget his first name. They just call him Duke Alborea. But he also has his brother Rufus Alborea, and then he's obviously nobility. And then Machias is a commoner, son of Governor Regnitz, who is the right-hand man of Gilead Osborne. So early on, the two of them are constantly butting heads. They can't perform link attacks properly, but they end up growing with each other and really developing a good friendship. So I like those two characters. We'll skip Reen because he's like the main character. Elisa Reinford, which early on they don't reveal her name, but you figure that out eventually. And Reinford, again, that's all the way back from Sky First Chapter, where Josette and the Bobcat airship was manufactured by the Reinford Company. I mean, my goodness. But, you know, there's the scene early on where they fall into the old schoolhouse and Elisa falls on top of Reed with her titties in his face. And I guess that turned a lot of people off in this series. I don't know. I think it's cute. She's like a tsundere character. She's, I'm not talking to you, Reed. But then they make amends and, you know, it's the perfect fit. I love the two of them. And you meet Sharon Kruger later on, her maid, and her mother, Irina. You learn her backstory with how her father passed away. Her grandfather, Gwen, who was in charge of the Reinford Company when they developed the railway guns, which are aimed at Crossbell. And he brings up a valid point how the railway guns are holding Crossbell hostage, which they are. And maybe Dieter Kreuss was right all along. Over there to the right, we have Gaius Warzel, who is from the Nord Highlands. And he got his letter of recommendation to join Thors military academy from Zeeks Vander, One-Eyed Vander, who I think is the uncle of Mueller Vander. And again, Zeeks Vander, this wasn't his first appearance. His first appearance was Sky's second chapter, man. Sky's second chapter. And then Elliot Craig, who his son, he's the son of Olaf Craig, who I think is in charge of the 4th Armored Division. And there's a bit of animosity there because Elliot just wanted to study music, whereas his father is a great war hero and all that. So those are our main characters that we meet more later on. I mean, the graphics, the leap is really impressive from the Sky games, Zero and Azure, to 3D now. I mean, this, again, is a PS3, PS Vita game that got remastered to the PS4, so maybe it looks a little better on the PS4 version. I think it's very impressive. We have Trista, which is right outside Heimdall, the Imperial capital. We meet our boy Reen, who is actually the adopted son of Baron Schwarzer, which, what was his name? I think his name was like Theo Schwarzer? I forget. I forget his mother's name too. I'm sorry. We don't even see them in the game. We see like a picture of them. We do meet his sister though, Elise Schwarzer, which we'll get to her a little later. But it's like, what were they doing with the writing of that, man? That was a little weird. But anyway, so he bumps into Elisa. They have the new. It's interesting how they've always changed the ornaments. You know, you had the Enigmas in Zero and Azure. I forget what they were called in the Sky games, but now they're called the Arcus units. And you got that. This is the Prologue, right? So you can explore a little bit. Right away, I did my exploring. We run into Gaius, which I thought was interesting. He was praying at the Septium Church. And later on, you go to the Nord Highlands. And not only do they worship the goddess Adios, but they also worship the wind. He always invokes the wind. There's the Academy, and Principal Van Dyke, which later, this is the military academy, so a lot of the instructors are former military personnel. And we learn later on that Van Dyke was good friends of Gileath Osborne when they were in the military. And Gileath Osborne was also a high-ranking member, of the, which is why he became the Iron-Blooded Chancellor, you know, so that's some cool stuff. They see how the characters, you know, everyone has their green uniform, but Class 7 has red because they're the special class, where normally the classes are split from nobles and commoners, but Class 7 is a mixture, and how all the characters are sort of connected in one way or another, and they can use their Arcus units for more powerful attacks. So here's some other characters we meet. Crow and Angelica. Crow Armbrust and Angelica Ragnar. They're both second years. And Angelica is the daughter of Marcus Ragnar, who I believe is nobility as well. Now, Crow, man, we'll talk about Crow later on. Angelica, I've seen people don't like Angelica. I don't know. Why don't you like Angelica? She's funny, man. She's like the lesbian sexual harasser. She's kind of like Shirley, but maybe a little nicer. And she has some really funny moments. And she joins the party at a certain chapter. And I had her in the party and you know, doing her S-craft. She was great. I like Angelica. So, and also Toa Herschel, who is she related to Nayuta Herschel? Nayuta's long-lost granddaughter. And George Gnome, which Toa is also a second year despite her stature. She's a second year. She's the class president. And George is like the orbital engineer, so you can do your courts and everything with him. And I think, because we only see second years, I think Thor's military is only 2 years. So, yeah, second year's the top there. So, explore the old schoolhouse. We meet instructor Sarah Valestine, who is just, not only is she a beauty, but she's a great, funny character. There's Machias, some more introductions, Eustace, Fee, which early on at the foreshadowing, they show this, where Sarah activates the trap door, they all fall down there, and then Fee has her grappling hook. And Sarah, not today, Fee, you're going to go join them. Because, yeah, Fee is a former member of Zephyr Jaeger Corps. And then we learn later, Sarah is a former A-rank bracer. Ooh. So, yeah, that's when Elisa falls titties first in Reen's face. Look at Elliot's face, too. He's like, whoa. And I really don't get it, man. So many people have, even in my comments, because I did my initial thoughts saying that I love this scene. I thought it was hilarious. People are just turned off by this. I don't know, man. Except the fact that these every JRPG's anime tropey. I mean, like, what the fuck, man? What are you playing these games for? I mean, I'm playing the games for the story and the fun characters, but this is great. So yeah, I mean, she's blushing too. She liked it. She doesn't want to admit it, but she liked it. So yeah, they're talking the Epstein Foundation. She's doing her tsundere nonsense. And oh, what's that, Sarah? If you make it back safely, I might even give you a kiss free of charge. On the cheek, of course. Oh, on the cheek. So in the first group, you have Reen, Elliot, and Gaius. And Reen uses his sword. He actually does 8 leaves, 1 blade style. And they mention Master Yunka Fai, which Master Yunkan Fai is Annalace's grandfather. Annalise, I am invincible! Or am I? Who... Oh man, are we gonna see her again? Is she an A rank bracer? Or maybe she's a B rank bracer. But she is, in my eyes, an honorary divine blade, because in Sky the Third, when she had her duel with Alan Richard, another 8 leaves, 1 blade practitioner, she was given Cassius's sword, because Cassius no longer uses a sword, he uses the staff. So in my eyes, Annalise is an honorary divine blade as well. I love it. There's Laura. Yeah, early on they do this thing where it's like the boys are sticking together and the girls are sticking together because, I don't know, they're all, what are they, 17? They should like each other at this point, but they're doing the awkward embarrass thing. But I do like, what was I even saying here? Elliot uses the orbital staff, so he's like your healer, arch user. Gaius has a spear, and then Reen has a sword, right? Emma, she's similar to Elliot as well, except she has more powerful magic attacks, and she can do healing and defense up. Elisa R. Fee Clausel. And there we go. And yeah, I think there's a choice early on where you can decide if you want either Machias or Eustace to join the party. And I guess of my choice, Eustace joined the party. Which you got, and here's where Sky the Third intensifies. But you gotta love, with Machias, he has a shotgun. And I always love this in JRPGs where you'll have a character use their bare hands, their fists, a character uses a sword, a character uses guns, a character uses magic. Like, it's just so funny, man. How we have this universe where characters can use swords and guns, and swords are almost equal to guns. But yeah, Sarah's hot as hell. And this was what I did with my initial thoughts video, where I said, you know, I played the game for 8 hours, my first play session, and looks like friendship and teamwork saved the day once again. Because I saw my anime trope goodness with Elisa, Sarah, power friendship. I love it! I fucking love it. That's why I love JRPGs. And this is where the two of them are butting heads, because the one's noble, one's commoner, and Sarah, you'll be best friends before you know it. She's right. And then we see Olivert Rice Arnor with Principal Van Dyke, which we learn that Olivert is one of the founders. He's the one who founded Class VII, along with Rufus Alberea, Governor Regnitz, and Arena Reinford. Which, man. And the hero of Liberal. I mean, this guy has, how many games? Oliver's been in every game except for Zero. He wasn't in Zero. He was in the Sky Trilogy. He was in Azure, and he's in Cold Steel. So this guy, oh my god. I love Oliver, man. I love him. That's here in the prologue, relatively quick. This is where you see Reen's family, his mother and father, and then to the bottom right, his sister Elise. Thomas Lysander, which we're going to get to him later on, because I think this guy is letting on more than he knows as well. Especially because he has more voice-acted lines than the rest of the instructors. I feel like, obviously, Sarah has a lot of lines, Neidhart has a lot of lines, Van Dyke has a lot of lines, but Thomas, he has a lot of lines too, and he invokes the goddess quite a bit. So this guy, he knows something. Dreikels, that's the ancestor of Olivert, and he fought in the War of the Lions, which they mentioned Leanne Sandlot, who's Arianrod. That's her original name. Which, what was it, like 200 something years ago she was alive? So, was she like reincarnated, or has she just been alive for so long? Or is Ouroboros using crazy technology for Arianrod to still exist? Because we see Arianrod in this game, man. We see her. That's where Sky the Third intensifies at Logrim Castle. But that's a little ways away. Oh yeah, the girls' locker room. Here's Rex. This guy's taking a picture of all the cute girls. Which there's a scene later on where he has his selection of photos, and he's got like a photo of Toa, he's got a photo of Rosen, who's one of the girls from the church. A true man of culture. Here's some lore early on. You can go to the library and read about the previous games. Phantom Thief B. Zeiss with Professor Albert Russell, Tita Russell's grandfather. Absolutely. The Arcel. The IBC. Oh, yeah. Where's the IBC when you need it? Crossbell, the vassal state. This is talking about the Liber Arc with Sky Second Chapter, Weissman, and those other dastardly villains. There's Crow. You meet Crow right away, and you do this. He does this trick with the 50 Mira coin, which this is a really great scene, man. Especially near the end of the game, when you know, he eventually gives it back to Reen, and Reen's like, "You'll be interest, all right, interested in the bank of Reen." Toa, look at this cute little girl, Toa. And, is she related to Ayuta? So that's the thing, too, that, like, the requests in this game. I like how they handled it. You know, with the Sky games, you're a bracer. In Crossbell, you're SSS police detective. Here, you're part of the student council. Well, you're not part of the student council. You're just doing the odd jobs for Toa, and then you do your field studies. It worked out well. Look at Sarah. If only I had a classy gentleman friend who would go out drinking with me. But woe of woes, such a man is nary to be found. Look at Reed's face. He's like, I don't need to hear your problems, lady. There's chapter 1. Oh, come on, Elisa, let Reen in. Oh, there she is drinking. Have you been drinking all night? Oh, this girl, Vivi, man. Oh, Vivi and Lynn. Vivi and Lynn has the same color hair, except she has braids. And they always sort of, like, swap places. And Vivi says, I'm having underwear trouble. Can you compare these to the pair I'm wearing? I want to know which ones are cuter. Like, what? Oh, man, just so much good stuff. What's this? I know there's so many screenshots. We got to kind of move a little bit faster. But there's so much to talk about. Here's Dolly at the tavern. Sarah really needs to calm down with all the drinking. Just the other day, she got really drunk and started complaining to me about all sorts of things. Mostly about how she can't handle the vice principal, and she's worried she'll never find the right man for herself. Oh, poor Sarah. Which the vice principal, let me tell you, there's a side quest with him that reveals that he is a true man of culture in the fine arts of Crossbell. That was great seeing that. Here's Kenneth Lakelord, who is the brother of, what was it, Lord Lakelord, who went to Crossbell and was fishing with Lloyd. Elisa's busy again. Why are you standing? Because she's in a bathing suit, that's why. Rex taking pictures of the cute girls. What's this? I want to spend my summer snapping perfect pics of swimsuit-clad babes. What more could a guy ask for? If I'm going to be taking pictures at all, I want it to be of girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rex, what a bro. There's George. Here's Mick, which I really like this guy, too. You always talk to him between the chapters because he's always talking about Crossbell. And later on, he's good friends with Toval, which is pretty cool. There's one of the trophies I got. There's Celine, which early on in the game was kind of weird because they did these cutscenes where it would show the black cat, but you'd also talk to the cat and it would say its name is Celine, but they don't really reveal that until later. I think Emma reveals the cat's name is Celine. So it's kind of inconsistent. Maybe there'll be some screenshots to show that. So checking on Elisa, which right away, this is the end of the bonding moment. Reen leaves. Oh, this is my chance. Come on. So cute. I love it. So cute, man. Misty. Oh, Misty. Voiced by Erica Lindbeck, which we meet a character later on named Vita Clotilde, the Azure Diva. There's that word. Azure keeps popping up. Which, I think they do confirm that right away, but you can kind of put the pieces together. The same voice actress, Erica Lindbeck, and the importance of her. So here's our field study. They apologize. What did she say? I knew it was just an unfortunate accident. Aw, it's so sweet, man. I love it. I love it. There's Misty. Right? I love these moments, too. Always going to the church. I like how Trails handles the church and Adios and just religion in general, because it seems a lot of JRPGs, the church is bad and it's evil, like the corrupt teachings of Yevon, going back to Final Fantasy X. But here, the church is good, and we've seen it firsthand with, you know, Ein Selnit and Kevin Graham, Reese Argent, Wazi Hemisphere, Abbas. The church is the good guys. I like that. So they make their way to Keldic, which is the market town. And Sarah's tagging along. She was drinking all night, so of course she's passed out on the the train. How did she get her job as educator? Wouldn't you like to know? Look how peaceful she looks, though. Our instructor is quite the formidable opponent. I love how Laura speaks, too. Laura speaks like all prim and proper. So, oh! Crossbell, there they go. That's why I screenshot that, I guess, because they're talking about Crossbell. Here we are in Keldic. There he is! Phantom Thief B in the flesh, which, man, that's the thing, too, because in Azure, with the Phantasmal Blaze plan, you had Arianrod, Novartis, and Campanella, and the Stalwart with Duvali, Ennis, and Ania, right? Those were their names. And I think it was, one of them was talking about how there's the other members invoking the Phantasmal Blaze plan in Erebonia, which one of them is Blue Blanc, and then later on we see another one, and I'm sure there'll be even more in Trails of Cold Steel 2, which is it's fucking awesome. And this is where we get the name drop, where there's more to Sarah that meets the eye. Later on we get the reveal she's a bracer, she's known as the Purple Lightning, which I do like how they all have their names. Like Shara, she's known as the Silver Streak, Agate, the Heavy Blade, right? Arios, the Divine Blade of Wind. Yeah, the bracers all have some cool names. What was Estelle's name, though? I don't know. I don't remember. Well, Joshua's Black Fang, but that was because he was with Ouroboros. But anyway. So, there she is drinking. Which, this was one of the moments where they sort of explain in the game that you have the mandatory quests to do, and then the side quests. And Sarah, in her drunken stupor, is basically saying, do the side quests, don't do the side quests, I don't care, just get out of my way. And I love this screenshot too, where she's got her blushing cheeks because she's drinking her cold beer. You have Elisa and Laura looking at her with like scolding eyes, and then Reen and Elliot are just kind of like, oh my god, we gotta post this nonsense. I love that image. How many pints has she downed already? It's not even noon. Look at her face, she doesn't care. Oh, there's Mishi and Crossbell. And okay, so the whole thing with the pink hair, that's Noi. And then someone left a comment in one of my other videos. The other thing is called Pickard, and that's from the East series. But I never played an East game, so I didn't know that. But it's cool how Falcom has all their Easter eggs. Kids today! Someone call Walter. Oh god, this guy, he can hang out with Sarah. He's got all shit-faced. What was that? I don't know. Some kind of trophy, I guess. So we fight this monster. Yeah, this is ruled by Duke Alberea. And Instructor Sarah shows up again. Adios be with you. So, just so much... I love how all the NPCs throughout the game just change their dialogue. And there's so much more to say. And here's when Laura discovers that Reen knows Atley's one blade. Yun Ka-Fai, again, he's Annalace's grandfather, man. Annalace! I can't believe it. So, oh, this guy's drink's all gone. Give him some Mira. You know how difficult it is to grind for Mira in this game, bro? Not happening. This weird old guy's hanging out. That's the drunk guy. I tell kids today, I tell you. So we figure out that the Provincial Army is up to no good. You fight these guys, and then we get the reveal of the Railway Military Police. How this sort of does the foreshadowing for later in the game with the Civil War breaking out. How there's the different factions again, the Reformists and the Noble Alliance, and how the Provincial Armies of the Noble Alliance and then the Railway Military Police and the Iron Bloods are with the reformist and Gileath Osborne. And we meet Claire Revelt, the Icy Maiden, who, my goodness, man, the Falcom women. I love them. They're all beauties. But yeah, she's part of the Ironbloods, an associate of Lecter. Which, again, I already knew Lecter from Sky the Third. And then, of course, he appeared in Zero and Azure as well. Which, yeah, that's so cool how Claire is doing her duties over here in Erebonia. And at this time, Lecter's over, doing, what is he, at the Swords Auction now? Or is he doing the Sumeria Trade Conference? He's over in Crossbell. Like, it's so cool. And damn right, Elisa, she is really pretty. She knows. So, we meet her. And then Sarah just shows up, and of course she's acquaintances with Claire, and she passes out again in the train. It's what I do. It's what she does, man. Very similar to Bracers. And they talk about how the Bracer Guild no longer really... There's very few Bracer Guilds in Erebonia anymore. And the reason for that, again, goes back to the prior games. In Trails in the Sky first chapter, Campanella and Louve, along with the Jester Jaeger Corps, attacked the Bracer Guilds in Erebonia, which is what sent Cassius right there, which is why he wasn't in the game in Sky first chapter until the very end. And Gileath Osborne decided to do away with the Bracer Guilds. So it's cool how everything gets tied back together, man. It's so cool. I love that kind of lore, man. So cool. So, yep, something crazy's happening behind the scenes. Sarah knows. And we see, this is Gideon. We see him for the first time, along with C. And this is the Imperial Liberation Front. The plan is to proceed. That's the end of Chapter 1. Instructor Neidhart, who is part of the 4th Division, I think. So everyone's doing their extracurricular activities. This scene was funny too, where all the ladies are in the cooking club, and just this line, Fee whisking furiously, like what? I think you whisked that plenty already. Emma, oh man, the pairings of the characters too, like Emma tries to be the older sister for Fee, which I think all the characters are either 16 or 17 years old, but Fee is a little younger. I think she's maybe 15 years old, they said. So I like that, how Emma is the older sister figure to her. So Patrick, oh yeah, this guy. Yeah, book smarts is beyond Sarah, that's for sure. What's this? At first I thought she was kind of plain, but she's really pretty when you look at her clothes. Who's he talking about? We gotta invite Sarah for more alcohol as if she needs that. Oh my god, yeah, just the dialogue in these games. Here it is right here. This is the end of Zero, man. Talking about Crossbell. The mob struck in the middle of the night, firing machine guns on the city's streets. It is believed that the riot was orchestrated by a religious cult, and the Crossbell police are continuing to investigate the matter. Fortunately, the IBC was unaffected and resumed normal operations the next day. Those associated with the bank can rest easy. The religious cult, the D, therefore G cult. Hell yeah. The She-Devil, who's he talking about? Is it Angelica? Oh, Angelica, the She-Devil! Why is she the She-Devil? Crow Armbrust. Chapter 2, the Verdant City. Oh, yeah. I'm sneaking into Sarah. Are those all papers? What was she doing? Grading papers? I thought she wasn't the studious type. Drinking her alcohol. Rex is at it again. The town's just full of bait. It sure is, bro. Rex knows. Oh, Dorothy. Yeah, Dorothy's part of the literature club, and she keeps trying to get Emma. Well, I think Emma does join, but she's into, like, her Yori fan fictions. Oh, Crow's Tab. So, yeah, the thing with Angelica, she's like a lesbian. And I don't know, I've seen people leaving me comments, they don't like Angelica. I mean, I think Angelica's funny. I mean, why don't you like her? Because the trope is just over the top? I think she's funny. Her moment in, what is it, Chapter 6, where she joins the party is badass. Showing up at the end for the concert is funny. I like Angelica. And she's kind of hot, too. Maybe she's a lesbian, but she's hot. Oh yeah, Fee definitely has some special circumstances to be with the Jaegers. He's just getting hammered. Why is Sarah getting hammered? Alright, so we explore the old schoolhouse, and yeah, Saint Sandlot. That's Arianrod. Like what? And apparently, so Arianrod was working with Dreichels with the War of the Lions 250 years ago. So how the hell is she still, like, was she reincarnated? I guess we'll learn about all this in future games. But I found that so interesting how they're like name dropping this stuff, and that's why it's imperative to play the games in release order to get all the context and pick up on all these Easter eggs. At least I think. Praise Adios. This guy's complaining about his dinner not being ready. And is Rena furry with Celine? So here's where Sarah's talking to Mick about Crossbell. And the police division, that's the SSS. That's the two of them playing tricks on Reen. Because they do look similar, it's just the way they wear their hair. The one has braids, but they both have pink hair. And here's our practical exam, where we get this badass shot of Sarah, the Purple Lightning, where she wields like this orbital gun and a sword. So cool. And yeah, you fight Sarah. I think it's what is it, Reen, Eustace, and Machias? Because Eustace and Machias keep bickering with one another. And Sarah's like, alright, come on, work together, take us on. And this is when, can you beat her? Maybe you can beat her. I couldn't beat her. Maybe New Game Plus you can beat her. So we make our way. These two are just bitching at each other. Say it to my face, will you? Dolly, she's praying every day. Yeah, here, see, a few screenshots ago it said Black Cat. We didn't know the cat's name. At this point, I still don't think we know the cat's name, but here it says Celine. So I think that's just an error, but it's whatever. I mean, is it really a big reveal? Because yeah, Emma eventually reveals the cat's name. So here we are in Bereahard, and I'll do our best, Faye. And we meet Rufus Alberea, who is the older brother of Eustace. And he's voiced by DC Douglas, who does such an excellent job. Also voices another character later on. Well, I know I mentioned that at the start of this video, but we'll get to that a little later. So, Bereahard. Yeah, that's Reen's father, Theo Schwarzer. Which we don't see him in this game, I don't think. I just think it's just a picture. Oh, those two beautiful ladies. A man of culture. Wait a minute. Esmeralda. God, man. Butler Phillip. Do you guys remember Butler Phillip? In Sky the Third, his S-craft is called Esmeralda Hearts. I remember that. So we meet our boy, Phantom Thief B. Who's this guy? Wouldn't you like to know? He actually says his name. He's Baron Bluebonk. It's just interesting that he's not wearing his mask, though. He's just out in the open. Which that's his normal outfit as Bluebonk, except he has his, Phantom of the Opera mask he wears. So this is where things, again, the foreshadowing. I haven't seen these screenshots since I took them, a few weeks ago when I first played the game. It's interesting to see all this now, the build up to the climax of the game with all the armored tanks and whatnot. And the monsters. Here's the subtle foreshadowing. I don't think they've said that Fee's a Jaeger yet, but yeah! We know Jaegers say yeah. That's yeah. The two of them are just fighting of each other. Oh, man. And here's more foreshadowing with Emma. How, she has these abilities, right? So there's the Provincial Army. Talking about Crossbell again. I guess I took this screenshot because I liked Fee's level up with her peace sign. Did they even name this guy? This is Eustace's father. I guess they just call him Duke Alberea. I don't think they gave him a first name. Yeah, Duke Alberea. I feel like not Eustace. Rufus is more important than him, but he's just sort of there because he's the father. So Bluebonk shows up, giving him more of a clue. A fateful encounter. Which later on is really more of a bonding moment. And yeah, after all that, so they're all friends now. And Machias, despite reaching his agreement, his understanding with Eustace, he starts chastising Fee. As for you, Fee, I've been wanting to say this for a long time. Sleeping in class is an affront to our education, which I think Machias and Emma are the smartest in Class 7. So he's scolding her. Oh, Prince Olivert! That's right. Ricky! Yes! So this is our first appearance of Ricky and Anton. So there's a side quest where you find Anton. And with this quest, I think this was a... Was this an optional quest? This had to be a mandatory quest for the important plot details. But, yeah, so... Eustace's mother was a commoner. And Rufus is like his half-brother, right? Because they share the same father, but they have different mothers. And that's why Duke Aubrey is kind of an asshole to Eustace, but Rufus has a higher position. So, they learn more about it. And we find Anton, which how the hell did he end up in Arrakis Fort? Yeah, we saved him. I'll happily tell you, but fair warning, it's truly a moving tale of hardship and woe. I hope you've got some boxes of tissues handy. As weird as this guy is, I don't think we can just leave him here like this in all good conscience. There's Fee's S-Craft, Sylphie Dance! Which Fee, did I mention her voice actress? Cassandra Lee Morris. Great job. And actually, Princess Alphen is voiced by Cassandra Lee Morris too. Maybe because I've heard her a lot. She's a popular voice actor, famous voice actor. But you can kind of tell it's the same voice actress, but they sort of do different tones. So she did a good job for both characters. And this is where he is bitching about how he hates anniversary festivals, because he was rejected at the Liberal Festival, and of course the Crossbell Festival. But again, I think it was just a misunderstanding between him and Fran. Because did Fran really reject him? She just said that she loved Noel the most. Poor guy. Don't jump off, Anton. Don't jump off. There's still hope. There's still hope. Farewell. No, don't do it, Anton. So we brought him back, and he reunites with Ricky, his good friend. As tragic as my story is, I made it back here thanks to the help of these guys. Yep. Allow me to thank you as well. It takes guts to stick with him the whole way. Yeah, they came from Crossbell, but they're from Liberal, really. That's not all. One day I'll find my true love. Oh my god, it's hilarious. So if the Provisional Army, in this particular moment, Eustace had to go back to talk to his father, and then the Provisional Army shows up out of nowhere and arrests Machias. It's like, why are they arresting Machias? And then we see Toval! Which Toval, his introduction was the Ring of Judgment manga in between Sky the Third and Zero, and he was working with Estelle and Joshua. Right? And yeah, he's got like his well, he's commenting their outfits because of their military academy attire, but he's wearing like the true bracer attire with the Stregas. Estelle will be proud of his shoes. So yeah, and they're talking about how the bracers are gone because of the Iron-Blooded Chancellor. Dude, the Lusitania. That is the name of the airship that Kevin Graham is on in Sky the Third. Oh yeah. Talking about Sky the Third again. There's Emma's witchcraft. I like this screenshot. In the battles with the link attacks, if you get like the finishing blow of a particular character you're linked with, they'll have a fun quote and they'll do a pose. I like that one. We reunite with Eustace. And this is when Fee reveals she's a Jaeger. So there's that. You actually fight the Provisional Army guys after breaking Machias out of jail. There's Eustace's S-Craft, Crystal Saber. And you fight these things. Holy shit. Alright, so yeah, here's Eustace making his stand. And Rufus comes to save the day, along with instructor Sarah. And I think this is the reveal where they say that Rufus was part of the board of Thors military academy. Yep, right there. Similar to Prince Olivert and the rest of them. There's Toval again. And Toval runs into Phantom Thief B. And again, man, look at... You'll forgive me for asking, but you look awfully like someone a couple of acquaintances mentioned to me a long time ago, talking to Estelle and Joshua. Your acquaintances wouldn't be a certain innocent young couple from a foreign land, though, would they? Oh my god! Yes! That's so awesome, man. So, you know, just cheering each other on. They're making fun of Sarah because she's doing like her power friendship stuff, but you know, we get this moment where we see Milliam, right? And show that they're affiliated with Claire, right? Talking to Lecter! And that's her Arla Getlam. So that's the end of chapter 2. And how did Sarah become a teacher? I don't know. This was funny too. Here's another funny character, Vincent, where he has his aide, Seraphilla, I think her name is. And there's another chick named Margarita, who is like trying to give him these cookies, and he's, no, get away from me, woman. I don't know, just these funny characters. There's Instructor Thomas, learning about Saint Sandlot. There's Rex taking more pictures. So, okay, here's Dieter Kreuss winning the election to be the new mayor. There's Celine again. Again, I showed you before. It said Celine. Now it says Black Cat. Right? Oh, Sharon Kruger! So she shows up. This is the maid of the Reinford family, who was sent by Irina Reinford to be the maid of Class VII. And interesting how she knows Reen's name right away. I guess makes sense. Here's a cute moment where they're walking back to the dorms together. And wait, what's going on here? Sarah's going to meet her secret lover? Who's her secret lover? The Empire hasn't turned out a man desperate enough to woo that alcoholic typhoon. What an insult to Sarah, the alcoholic typhoon? Oh my goodness. And there's Sharon, super maid. I love Sharon, man. What a great character. Why is Elisa making that face? What are you doing here, Sharon? Who's voiced by Mela Lee, probably most famous as Reen Tosaka in the Fate series. And again, Mela Lee voices another character in this game named Scarlet, which you can kind of tell it's the same voice actors, but they do different tones. Chapter 3. Look at Supermaid go, buttering her toast. And right away, Sharon, she knows she's shipping Reen and Elisa. You're so close to Lady Elisa, heart. So there's Mick. Oh, there's Mishy. Talking about cute girls. All right, what else are we gonna? So here's Selena again. This guy, Lambert, like the random NPCs. Anytime you talk to him, he's part of the riding club with the horseback riding club. Whitcomb, that's his horse. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Vice Principal Heinrich, one can only hope she hasn't decided to disregard her duties in order to go out boozing. Yeah, she's going out boozing. Oh, yeah. So, this was a bonding event with Elisa. I mentioned before, I did every bonding event with Elisa because why not? And they got locked in here, and they're getting all awkward about it. And all of a sudden, Supermaid shows up again. I'll be more than happy to lock the door again, leave the two of you to do whatever you want. Oh my god, so sweet. There's Mishy, and Laura is fangirling over Mishy as she mentions Dogi from the East series. So, there's our boy Vincent again. Let me guess. I know there's a lot of stuff to get to. Oh, here's Margarita. This is the woman who's fallen in love with Vincent. My darling Vincent. Yeah. Alright, this was pretty cool. So, one of the quests was going over here. Angelica wants to ride the bike with Elisa and Laura, but Reen will have to do. And he's testing out the orbital bike, which is pretty cool. So, there's that. What's Thomas saying here? Would you come along if I bought you a drink or 3? There's Misty. Yeah, she's the host of Abend Time, and I mentioned before that's like her alter ego, Vita Clotilde, which we see here later. You know, Adios, I gotta say, all the women of the church in these games are very attractive. Reese, Rufina, Ein Selnitz, all of them. So, I think this was a bonding event with Emma, and Reen says, huh, never really noticed it before, but compared to a lot of the other girls, she's really filled out, and, she's filled out. I mean, she has, but it's just funny. And here's Mick talking about the red constellation on the moon. What are they doing? The only core that comes close is Zephyr. They had a big battle, and remember, playing, did they say it in Zero or was it Azure? It was either of those 2 games, but the Jaeger King and then Baldur Orlando, Randy's father, had a battle to the death, and the 2 of them both died. Right? And then Sigmund became like the de facto leader. And I guess Zephyr disbanded, because that's why Garcia Rossi was working with Don Marconi. And, well, we'll get to more of Fee's backstory, because I do have screenshots of that. Well, the building's still standing. He behaved. Oh, you know, she was out with Toval. Hot date. So there's Sharon again. There's Reen reminiscing of his parents. Misty talking about Crossbell and Arc-en-Ciel. Oh yeah. That was like the midterm exam. And I'll marry my foot to your face. Here we go again. So this one, Patrick, being the douche that he is like, Schwarzer, we'll do battle. And then we kick his ass. Which Patrick is voiced by Derek Stephen Prince. And we kick his ass. And we get ready for our next chain of events. So yeah, the next one is the Nord Highlands. Okay, here we go. This shows St. Astria. Oh no, is this? Yeah, St. Astria. This is the all-girls school. And we meet Elise Schwarzer, as well as Princess Alphen, who is the half-sister of Prince Olivert. So that's another thing with Prince Olivert, where his father is Eugent Rice Arnor III. But his mother was a commoner, and then Eugent got married with another lady, and had Princess Alphen and Prince Cedric, who are twins. We'll get to them later. And there's Captain Claire, who's escorting them. And the Nord Highlands is Gaius's hometown. And yeah, they have to stop because it's a far distance. They stop in Roar, and they see Sharon again. It's like, how the fuck did Sharon get here? Supermaid at it again. The power of my love allows me to do the impossible, my lady. It sure does. The power of love. And we meet Irina, who is Elisa's mother. Who's kind of a bitch, but, I mean, she's a businesswoman and she's putting that first. But I think deep down, she does love Elisa. So, and here's where Gaius, he's a man of faith, where he's praising the winds and the goddess. And they make their way to Zender Gate, meeting Zeeks Vander, who is Mueller Vander's uncle. And again, we first saw him in Sky's second chapter, which is pretty cool. And this gate is on the border of Calvert, I think they said. Yeah. Or no, that can't be right, because Erebonia... I think there's like a Calvert base near here or something. Because yeah, Erebonia, the border is Crossbow, but Crossbow is so little, it's like in the middle between the two of them. So yeah, I think this does work, where this gate does border Calvert. because the Liberation Front attacks one of the bases. There's like a false flag. So we ride horses. And some cool stuff right there. So here's some of Gaius' family. Where he has a mother, father, a brother, and 2 sisters. And I love this, man. So eventually with the Arcus, you could do the team-up attacks. And I love this screenshot. You know how long it took me to get this one? I was trying over and over again to get it just right. But I got it. And then Gaius gets his S-Craft. And some more side quests. Here we eventually meet Gwen, who is Elisa's grandfather and initial head of the Rhineford group, which he regretted building the railway guns with Guerrilla Fortress and resigned. And what are you doing here, grandfather? So, and then like, what's he doing hitting on his it does this old man's heart good to see how easy on the eyes you become. Oh my god, I guess it's innocent enough, but whatever. And he's just talking about all these hotties, like, what? Oh my goodness. So he knows. He's shipping Reen and Elisa as well. And we see Milliam again. So with this, Reen goes out, because Elisa went outside, and yeah, Emma urged Reen to go out there and talk to her as well. He goes out there, and you get the backstory with how Gwen left the company, Elisa's father died, and this is a really sweet moment, man. Where they're under the stars talking about it. Look at how like cute Elisa is, a young girl. Look at young Sharon over there. Because I think, well, Sharon's like in her 20s or something, so I don't know. There's the railway guns, right? Over Crossbell. And I just thought this was a really sweet moment. And of course, everyone stumbles on. They were eavesdropping. And in the middle of the night, the bases are attacked. And it turns out it was the Imperial Liberation Front, but they made it seem like Calvert did it, but Calvert was attacked as well, making it seem like Erebonia did it to sort of start a war. And again, I love that. It's just crazy how in this universe we have these airships, we have guns, we have all this crazy shit, and here's Zeexvander on a horse. Like, what? Shouldn't he be on a tank or something? So we go out there, and here's Gaius again. That's why he's so religious, too. I think he was saved by a traveling priest. I don't think it was Kevin Graham, because look at the guy here has a beard. But someone from the Septian Church came and looked after him. And we meet Milliam. And we fight her. Which she actually joins the party. And Elisa gets her S-Craft there. And with Lammy, Milliam has Lammy. Come on, Lammy! And then we make our way over here. Where... oh, the higher elements are active! Yes, sir. And we meet Gideon. Or also known as Comrade G. And he pulls out this flute. While we fight him in a regular boss. And she has the code name the White Rabbit, part of the Ironbloods, because she's associated with Gileath Osborne, along with Claire and Lecter. I guess I didn't get the screenshot of him using the flute, but he has an artifact, the flute, which summons this giant spider, which is reminiscent of Sky the Third. I think it's weak to the higher elements. Affiliation? Yeah, and that's the other funny thing. You know, Milliam, she's like 10 years old, right? She's like Tio Tot, where Tio is the young girl in the group, but she could use all these technologies and the orbital staff and all that. And then our boy Lecter shows up. Which this must be right after the Schwarz auction. Or no, because Mick talked about Red Constellation. So this is at the start of the game when he's with Shirley. And Shirley gets a little handsy with Ellie. Oh, man. So we got all that. Then we have Comrade G and C scheming once again. And that's the plan, because, you know, they send Gideon over to Crossbell to do that attack, and Lecter is in Crossbell, but the Icy Maiden and Millium are over here, so that's sort of C's plan, is to space them out a little, you know? And the Scarecrow, that's Lecter's name. And then, oh man, Sarah's out there, and Sharon shows up. Like, what's Supermaid doing there? And, oh yeah, because of course Sharon was the maid of the, has always been the maid. And Gwen is like, oh, she's as attractive as ever. But you're quite the bodacious beauty yourself, instructor. A true man of culture. And this guy, a valid point. And this vindicates Dieter Kreuss, because they have those railway guns pointed at Crossbell, holding him hostage. That's exactly it. I think they rejected him here. Poor guy. That's the end of chapter 3. Aha, the Imperial Palace, where this is the first time we see our boy Gileath Osborne. Right after the conference. He's scheming away. Oh no, this is before. See, that's why I'm getting like the timeline's kind of confused. This is before the conference. Karl Regnitz. I forgot his first name. Governor Regnitz. That's Machias' father. There we see Olivert with his brother Cedric. And talking about Chloe from Liberal. And then Princess Alphen. And, oh yeah, we got our sweet old fan service, so we're going to do some swimming lessons now. Yeah, Reed, Elisa, give us a demonstration of CPR. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I took a screenshot of Elisa's ass, I guess. Oh, man. And Elisa says something to him right here. What are you doing just staring at girls in swimsuits? Well, can you blame me? And they're talking about Reen's scar here. Which I think they showed a backstory scene real quick. Where I didn't get the screenshots. There's like 3 scenes real quick where it's like Reen with blood all over his face as a young boy. And saving Elise. And he sort of activated these powers back then. And that sort of factors in because he was found abandoned or something. That's why he was adopted by Baron Schwarzer. So, there she is talking to her beer again. And, yeah. Sarah and Sharon do have some history, that's for sure. We're not buddies. And now they're in the summer. That's why they did the swimming, because they're in the summer now. So they have different outfits. And you can actually change the outfits anytime you want. But I always keep the default outfits. Supermaid, there she is again. Who's he taking a picture of now? Oh, this is when you overhear Emma talking to Celine, and they're talking about the potential. Oh, the potential. The key. The Kia? Yeah, she's talking to Celine. And that's when Emma reveals her name, Celine. That's why it's kind of contradictory earlier in the game where it says, the cat's name is Celine when it, Alright, so here's Neidhart again. And he was going to reveal that Sarah's a bracer, but Sarah shows up, says, don't do that. And chapter 4, where Sarah's back. Supermaid. Let's boogie. All right, we gotta get some more stuff here. Oh, here's Rex being a true man of culture, showing his pictures. Oh, this is a great line right here. One of the side quests. So, to distract Reen, whoa, what's Elisa doing in that swimsuit? And then we eventually find him. He took a picture of Toa. And then who else? He's got, I forget that girl's name on the horse. Rosen from the church. Is that Lind? Or that's Lind, right? The other one's Vivi. Elisa, and then Laura. Look at him. Look at him. A true man of culture for whatever you fancy. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Sharon's putting those studs together. And let's keep going. Alright, so this is the end of the I think floor 4. And they reach this ominous looking door. And as they do that, that scar we saw on Reen's chest, remember they showed that a little bit earlier, he gets a pain in his chest, and then you hear reveal. And it's like, whoa, what's that about? And this is really cool, like how Fee, as a character, the symbolism in the flowers growing and her as a character growing. I loved it. So Elise shows up. And that's Reen's younger sister, adopted sister. But there's some weird shit going on here. Well, first of all, Reen doesn't want to assume the title of Baron from his father because he's adopted. He doesn't feel he's worthy of it. So after Thors military academy, he's going to join the army and never coming back home. And he's thankful for everyone, but he needs to go his own way in life. And Elise is just, you know, not having it. And this is when you get the thing how he was abandoned and he was saved by his father in the blizzard 12 years ago. And she runs off. I don't know. There's some line. Maybe I didn't take the screenshot of it, but Elise sort of has feelings for her brother, which is just like, what the fuck, man? You know, it's just kind of strange. But at the end of the day, I can't really hate it because this is an anime JRPG where this shit is always prevalent, so you just gotta bite the bullet and suck it up. I guess where I don't really care for this scene, that's where people didn't care for the Elisa Reen scene, so, you know, we just press on. But it's worth mentioning. So this is when Crow actually joins the party for this particular instance, and they end up, she bumps into Patrick and goes down into the schoolhouse. She follows the cat, follows Celine, which in the end, I think Celine was leading Elise here. Like, well, Celine, what the fuck are you doing, girl? And you hear the voice again. The 4th lock released. Initiation complete. Potential awakener. Awakener. The first trial. Crow calls them patty cakes. Don't call me that. And then Reed goes like Super Saiyan, man. What the fuck? Where his hair turns white, he gets these red eyes, and this black aura around him, his voice changes, and they're like, what the fuck is going on with Reed? And he doesn't want to submit to that power. So Crow joins the party. Catastrophe. Poor Patrick. It would have been cool if Patrick joined the party in this fight too, but Crow joins the party. And I love his S-Graph, just the dialogue. He's like, yeah, you're done. Cross Raven. And he like snaps his finger. What a badass. And after Crow like wins, I think after he gets a level, he goes, handsome and strong. I'm the total package. So they defeated that beast. And this thing's, again, straight out of Sky the Third, straight out of Stargazer's Tower, the Moon Temple, the Dark Ages. And there's Angelica fangirling over Elise. Oh, man. Misty talking about Orcus Tower. Yeah, and they're talking about, like, the Awakeners. And Reen giving his sister a head pat. Yeah, well, what are you doing? Like, Elise is like, oh, come on, brother. Come on, date me. And he's head patting her. And then Elisa finds out, like, what are you doing? Come on. You gotta be going after me, will you? But anyway, they make their way to Heimdall. And they run into Claire, as well as Governor Regnitz, who gives them their next set of commands. And here we meet, I think her name is Fiona? Yeah, Fiona Craig. That's Elliot's sister. And you learn about Olaf, that's Elliot's father, who's in the Imperial Army, and how Elliot's mother had died. So there's that. What do we have here? Oh, I thought that was Anton again. This was funny too. These are some people in the town, And they're picking on Machias. What are you doing with your ugly mug? You need thicker glasses, you're getting blinder by the day. Like, what? Ha ha! Eat that, Dork Lord! Dork Lord? Oh, there he is! Yeah, so Anton made his way to Heimdall. Who rejected him this time? I leave on a journey to heal my heart from the wounds love has caused me, and yet here I am, taking even more hits. He's been using this tragic love life as an inspiration for everything he writes. Anton decided to become a poet in the middle of our travels. Good old Anton. So here we meet Vita Clotilde, who's hot as hell. God damn. So there she is. Look at Elliot's face. He knows. Mouth wide open. The Azure Diva herself. Azure. And yeah, we can tell by the voice. Erica Lembeck, same voice actress as Misty. Misty and Vita Clotilde are the same person. And yeah, we'll get to more of her later. So yeah, I love this. Look at Faye and Reen. And oh, this was funny too. Can you not loiter around while I'm talking to my girlfriend? So this is when you learn about Elliot. And how Elliot, that's his father in the background too. He wanted to you know, play music, play the piano and stuff like that. And because his father's such a high-ranking military member, he sends his son to Thors military academy. And his mother passed away after getting really ill 7 years ago. And there he is pleading with his father, you know, let me join the music academy instead. And his father, with his stern face, you know, you're a man of the Empire. This is absurd. What are you doing? So he agreed to go to Thors military academy instead. And despite showing his father like this, you think he's kind of an asshole. You see him later in the game, and he's not a bad guy at all. In fact, he loves Elliot. He has a great relationship with his son. So, put a sock in it, Machias. They have a duel here where Laura and Fee begin to accept each other, and she likes her. And it's a really sweet moment where the two of them break out of their shell even more. And she does this, like, stance. This is similar to what Garcia Rossi, Sigmund, Randy, they all do this power up. So badass. And this is the reveal that she was of Zephyr. And we get these great screenshots here where she was rescued by the Jaeger King, which I don't think they said his name. He's just the Jaeger King. Maybe we'll learn more about him because near the end of this game, there's 2 members from Zephyr who show up. So, but yeah, man. Really cool. They named her Sylphide. And there she is working with them. Kind of sad. I mean, this poor little girl just going in. Reminds me a lot of Joshua, really. How Joshua was taken in by Ouroboros with Love. And that's the Jaeger King on the right, and then Baldur Orlando, Randy Orlando's father, on the left. And the two of them died in battle. And after that, Zephyr just disbanded. And yeah, that guy to the right, he's the one who shows up later. But yeah, I'm surprised I didn't show Garcia Rossi in this screenshot at all. But she was alone, and she was rescued by Sarah. Because Sarah, being affiliated with the Bracers, was actually watching the fight from afar. And after that, seeing this poor girl decide to take Fee in. It's really sweet how all these characters are connected in one way or another. And this is when, again, if you do like a team-up attack with Fee and Laura, they have their battle codes, and it says something along the lines of, you know, when we work together, no one stands a chance. Oh, man. So cool. So they're best friends now. And with this fight, you control Laura and Fee, and you take on Reen and Machias. So the provincial assholes show up, and, you know. Oh, they're talking. This was one of the Bracer guilds in Arabonia. This was one of the guilds that was attacked by Campanella, the Jesters, and Louve. And the Bracer they're talking about, the best Bracer they had was a woman, is Sarah! Oh, man. Okay, that's her name. Yeah, the Emperor's name is Eugent. His wife's name is Priscilla, but that's not Oliver's mother. Priscilla is the mother of Cedric and Alphen. Yep. Uh-oh. Which means it's about as well thought out as any other Anton plan. What's his plan this time? The debaucherous prince! Don't call him that! Oh, yeah. What's this? Even if I slaved away my whole life, I could never earn that much. Yeesh! Women are scary. Alright, so they're talking about Crossbell. Bond! Dude, Bond! This guy's a character in Crossbell. What was the daughter's name? Sunita. And she has a little cat named Marie. Do a side quest looking for Marie. Actually, I don't think that is a side quest. That's the one when Shirley goes with you. But yeah, Bond! How cool is this, man? Oh, Prince Oliver. Yeah, contracts of Jaegers. That's how Gilead Osborne was able to contract the Red Constellation. This was a quest to find one of the cats. And, the cat's name. I know I have a screenshot of it somewhere. Mr. Tittles! There he is! Would it be a Trails game if you're not going around finding a lost cat? Like, would it really? So anyway. The legend, Mr. Tittles! Alright, let's keep moving a little bit further here. So, okay, now we learn more about Machias. And how his is it his sister? I think it's his sister. Let's see. Stop nitpicking his old photos. Okay, his mother died when he was still young, so he had his I'm pretty sure it's his sister. But anyway, she tragically died as well. And it was due to a noble, and that's why he hates noble so much. That's why he didn't get along with Eustace, but he sort of lets that go. And oh my god, Phantom Thief B stole another jewel. I guess I went by that kind of fast, but I mean, all the characters do have their tragic backstories in this game in one form or another. Like Elliot lost his mother, Machias lost his sister, Fee lost her surrogate family in the Jaegers. And now we have Phantom Thief B leaving his calling cards. And there he is! The Man-Man! It's Baron Bubok. No, it's Phantom Thief B. Which then they find him. Then he's wearing his fucking mask. There he is. And you get the voice acting from Kirk Thornton, man. He did such a great job as Bubok. Allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Phantom Thief Blanc, otherwise known simply as Phantom Thief B. Also known as Enforcer number 10 of Ouroboros. But they don't say that till the end. Septith! Uh-oh, someone call Wazzy. He's gonna start comparing Septith lines. Wait, what? Phantom Thief B is an unpleasant fellow? Come on, I kinda like Phantom Thief B. Alright, so we meet Princess Alphen, this nice young lady. And here's the thing, like, they're shipping Elise with Reed. Like, what the fuck? I think it's just like a Japanese thing, you know? I don't know, man. Maybe someone can leave a comment about what the deal is with the Elise Reed shipping. But, is this Olivier or Oliver? No, he introduced himself as Oliver, but he's wearing his Olivier Lenheim attire. The debaucherous prince himself. And I mean, look at him. He's shipping them all, too. Prince Olivert. 'Tis I, Olivert Rice Arnor, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the debaucherous prince. I wonder who those unscrupulous individuals are. And he's the chairman who put Class 7 together. So they're having a great meeting here. And he saved the day in Liberl. And he wants to bring change because, again, there's the class struggle in Erebonia between the commoners and the nobles. And Oliver is sort of in the middle, in that his father is a noble, but his mother was a commoner. And he doesn't think that people should fight like this. So he wants to bring change, and he's talking about Who's he talking about here? Is he talking about... Yeah, he's talking about Sarah. A rank status. The Purple Lightning. Yep. That's the reveal about Sarah. And this here, they're fucking hell, man. This is Elisa. Like, you gotta work on Elise. Like, what are you doing? And Reed's like, what the fuck? That's my sister, bro. She might be adopted, but this ain't no Estelle and Joshua situation, which, you know, that works in its own way. But this, get the hell out of here. What's this? A dancer Her Highness today, a wedding tomorrow. She was 16, damn it! Alright, so Instructor Sarah shows up again. She's good friends with Claire. Who's her brother? Is her brother Lecter? Or does she have an actual brother? Am I missing something? Did Claire have a brother in Crossbow? Huh. Maybe I'm missing something. That's talking about, again, Campanella and the Jesters. And does she mention Cassius? The Zephyr King. Uh-oh. There's Comrade G again. Yeah, they're causing shit over here. There's Bond again. Not James Bond. Who's he taking photos of here? Alright. Oh, Anton sighting. What's going on, Anton? I think it might even compare to the stuff you get back in Grand Cell. Festivals like this only reopen my old wounds. Every time I meet someone new, all I can see in my future is rejection. And Crow shows up. What's Crow doing there? Oh, there's Vita Clotilde again. Oh, yeah. What's another heartbreak? Yeah, you're used to them now. Come on, Anton. Alright. So, eventually, shit hits the fan. They kidnap Alphen and Elise and injure Governor Regnus. And yeah, he has this fucking flute, this artifact, which summons these goddamn demons. And we make our way to the catacombs for Sky the Third to intensify yet again. And we fight this beast. Yeah, there's the flute. The demonic flute, which Reed broke it. He sliced it in half. You know, Gideon could have used that demonic flute over a crossbow. He could have stood a chance against Sigmund. But I guess not. Oh, look at this baddie. We see Scarlet. We get the first reveal of her. Who's hot as hell. Look at her. So there you go. And then C. And over here, we have a boss fight against C. And there's Vulcan, another character. And I think it's an unwinnable boss fight. You get your asses kicked. So there you go. And yeah, I only had 3 party members? No wonder I got my ass kicked. But I think it was like level 100 or something. He's way overpowered. So their goal is to kill Gileath Osborne. But over here, they leave. And then, there we meet Crown Prince Cedric. Which, yeah, I guess he's the Crown Prince because he's got full noble blood. And Prince Albert is just the debaucherous prince. Oh, wait, what is this? Fee? She said he's cute? And there's Gileath. Look at him. Which again, I've said this in all my Trails videos since the reveal. They first name dropped Gileath Osborne in Sky's 2nd chapter, and then he made his first appearance in Sky the 3rd. And I've always said, just by looking at the guy, just look at him. He's the big villain of the whole series. But after playing more of these games, and even after playing this game, I like Gileath Osborne. Not that I didn't even like him earlier, but I guess he gave villain vibes. And I think Gileath might actually turn out to be the twist good guy in the end. What are the odds of that happening? We'll see. Wills of Steel! Cold Steel! And he knows the turbulent times are coming. But the thing, let me go back to this. The reason why I've always said that Gileath is like the big twist villain is because, well, number one, he's working with Red Constellation, who was also working with Ouroboros. And then in Sky the Third, in the opening animation, they do a quick image and they show Gileath Osborne. He shares the same screen with Campanella. They wouldn't do that for any other reason. And Campanella's a bad guy. So that's the end of chapter 4. Talking about the trade conference, right? With Dieter Kreuss. So, yeah, okay, so Crow, we get our new classmates. And Crow joins Class 7. So there you go. Oh, help me, Instructor Sarah, they're not going to let me graduate. So he's joining, and then Milliam Orion joins. And they're like, stop bringing Lammy out in the class, Milliam. Oh my god. Nice to meet you, which Milliam's so cute. And she knows all the answers. Again, we'll keep name dropping Arian Rod. Absolutely. The Lance Maiden. Did she really die, though, Laura? Did she? Alright, so... let's just keep going a little bit more. So there's just some more, like, interaction with the characters. What's Sharon doing? Alright, so Crow's moving in. And... what's William saying here? Look at her expression. So cute. Here's Crow... okay, chapter 5 now. Signs and Omens. Here's Crow's... room, which, oh, I'm so glad this song's playing. This plays on the free days. I haven't really talked to the music as it was playing in the background, but you can hear it. But yeah, Crow is a man of culture, similar to how Randy had Ilya in his room. Oh, what's this one? Oh, this was funny too. From Principal Van Dyke. Does anyone in Class 7 actually read these? If I go whenever I wanted here, would they investigate the old schoolhouse regardless? Perhaps I should use this opportunity to tell a joke. I know just the one. Two men walk into a bar, instructors Nightheart and Thomas perhaps, and one says to the other, "Oh, blast it, I'm out of room." What was the joke gonna be? This guy knows. The Airmonian Calvert pissing contest. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, as you play the game, more characters sit on the train here. What was Thomas saying? The Crossbellion Alchemist. He's sung of the Croix family. Oh, this fucker knows. How does Thomas know everything, man? He knows. This was cute. They put a little sidecar on. You could ride with Toa. Here's more of the lovely ladies. Yeah, why did Sarah invite Reen to go swimming with all the ladies? Getting all grabby. Oh, they're never gonna let that go. Look at William's face, man. Alright, I was trying to perfect this screenshot, right? With Crow and Reen. That's the place Grant is talking about. So is William here on a covert operation? Alright, we run into Misty again. What's Emma saying? Lavender. What's that about? Don't catch Elisa. And then we see people scheming. We see Comrade G, who's going to Crossbell. Again, in Azure, they have the one Imperial Liberation Front guy, has the portrait. That's our boy Gideon, who, you know, I mean, I guess I have up C from the beginning as the villain. But Gideon, in the first half, is kind of the villain, because you fight him a few times. And he gets jobs, man. He jobs to Sigmund. So he goes. He's going to sacrifice himself. Whatever. Farewell. Peace out. Never see him again. Oh, man. So, there's constant back and forth between Eustace and Milliam. Like, just shut up, will you simpleton? Be quiet. And with the new class, Team Whatever, it's Reen, Crow, and Milliam. Take on all the members. And then we get ready to go to Galeria Fortress, which is the prologue. And then Milliam wakes up Reen, because she's all excited she didn't get any sleep. And she just jumps on his bed. Wakey, wakey! Like, we gotta go! Oh my god. Get off me. I know, why did she sit like that? But anyway. So, you know, you just keep this little thing under control. Let's go, go, go! Go, go, go! And believe in yourself. As that one guy from Yakuza Like a Dragon likes to say. Alright. So then as we see Lecter. So he's going back to Crossbell. Oh yeah. So eventually they make their way over to Legram, which is Laura's hometown. And they're greeted by Butler Kloss. And there's Arianrod again, the Lance Maiden. Which, interesting, they call it the Eisenritter here, which those are the men who served under her over 200 years ago. But her new associates are called the Stahlritter. And Tovel's here. They make their way to Viscount Arsade's mansion. That's Victor Arsade. That's Laura's father. Alright. And all the ladies are in love with Lady Laura. And, okay, they see this. This is a similar insignia to what they saw in the old schoolhouse. And then Milliam's first thing, well, we'll have Lammy smash him up. Don't do that. So, wow, we didn't get the reveal of Tovel's name until now. But, okay, there's Tovel. We fight Kloss. And then eventually we see the Viscount Arsade. And, like, this guy's such a badass. And he has his soft spot for his daughter, which is so sweet. Which, you know, that's like the factions here and the political struggle, where we have the Noble Alliance, which he's part of the Noble Alliance, but not really, because he's more affiliated with Prince Olivert. And then you have Rufus and Duke Cayenne and all these other people. So he agrees to challenge Reen. And he's known as the Radiant Blade Master, where they're all like, wow, he's holding that giant-ass sword with one hand effortlessly. But he's curious because Reen is part of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style. And then he mentions how Reen's holding back. Because he knows about his hidden power, and he taps into that again. But even still, he defeats us, right? What a badass S-Craft. So I thought that was cool. And then eventually we're going to go to the mansion. Okay, so here we see Duke Cayenne. And these two guys with him, which we get to reveal at the very end of the game, are 2 members from the Zephyr Jaeger Corps. So, look at that. Oh, name dropping Cassius Sprite. So they gotta go. What's he talking about here? You gotta... As a single father, the fact that I've yet to hear any tales of budding romance concerning my daughter has me worried. And so it's funny how every character we come across is like, oh, Reen, get with my daughter. Reen, get with your sister. Reen, get with Elisa. You know, like... I don't know. With this guy, this badass Arside, wouldn't you say like, no one can go near my dear Laura? I just think it's funny. Fishing in your blood. Oh, Annabelle. You know, I think there was a character, I don't know if I took screenshots of him, but there's a wandering NPC who's looking for this girl. And then near the end, she eventually comes across Kenneth. So anyway. So yeah, these kids end up going to this castle by themselves, so they don't come back at night, so we gotta go after them. And the bell, the cross bell in the distance. The bells. Look at this castle. Sky the Third intensifies yet again. And Milliam is the Ellie of this game in that she's afraid of ghosts. And yeah, she calls out Lammy to bust open the door, but it couldn't open the door. So, you stupid door! The higher elements are active, and then this is when Emma gets her S-Craft. Which Celine was following Emma. Because when you use her S-Craft, Celine appears in the S-Craft. Don't say the G word, talking about ghosts. Come on, Lammy! And then we fight this beast, the immortal king, Nosferatu. Jesus Christ. So we defeat it. What was that I got? Don't touch this. I guess I got a trophy. And I couldn't get it went by so fast. But after that, you see, whether it's the spirit or Arianrod or whatever. But yeah, Arianrod shows up and like defeats Nosferatu once and for all. You see her lance. So what's the deal? Is it the spirit of her? And like, was the Arianrod we saw in Azure is she reincarnated, or what's the deal there? Because Ellie made that connection that she's Saint Leanne Sandlot in Trails to Azure, the Steel Maiden, and that's Celine. That's her right there. I did get a screenshot. That's her. It's her, man. It's the armor. It's the long blonde hair. That's her. All right, so we're going back to Corellia Fortress. Prince Oliver's going. Toa's going there as well. And this is where shit hits the fan. We're at Corellia Fortress. And then, look at this. Ouroboros, the name drop of Ouroboros. And here's Olaf, Elliot's father. Where, like, you saw the mean mug on his face before. Elliot's my boy. It's so good to see you again. He gives Elliot a hug. Oh, so sweet. I love it. Alright, so shit hits the fan. And you actually see, look at this, there's blood in this game. Vulcan shows up, kills all these guys. I mean, you see the blood splatter behind them. And Vulcan and Scarlet are here. This is at the same time as the West Sumeria Trade Conference with Comrade G. And their goal here is, while he's causing a stir there, they're going to get the railway gun and fire, because they can reach it. But I guess that would kill everyone in Crossbell. And that was the thing, too, at the very start of the game. They're firing the guns. And Reen's like, no, stop! And then the game, like, resets itself, and it's just giving you what's to come. Right? Going after the railway guns, targeting Crossbell City. Talking about Ouroboros. And Sarah joins the party, which, what a beast, man. She's great. Kicking ass. There you get burst mode. And, yeah, man. I think everyone else is around level 40-something. She's level 55, so she's a lot stronger. I don't know what that was. Breakout performance. Got the railway guns. We gotta stop them. We fight Scarlet. Oh, yeah. Oh, he already died in Crossbell? How'd they know he died? But yeah, Gideon went out like such a bitch. Like, come on, Gideon. By the Red Constellation, we fight her. She's got the archaisms from Ouroboros. Interesting they didn't capitalize Gehenna. I don't know why they didn't do that. I love this shot of, let's rock! So we kick her ass. Neidhart's group takes care of Vulcan. And he knows Sylphie, because you learn later Vulcan was part of a Jaeger group. Everything's playing out like C said it would. Oh. So, they make their grand escape. And they left behind the other Jaegers, but I guess they took these neurotoxin pills and killed themselves. And like, look at the blood, man. Crazy. Now, okay, I didn't show it, but there was a scene when Reen was doing the no, don't, and the railway guns fire, but they fired blanks, and I wonder, like, did they say that they were there for safety precautions? I almost wonder if that was Kie's doing, although, did she have the divine powers then? Because Kie could sort of manipulate time, right? I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it a little. But that's a theory, I guess. So yeah, here's the noble fact. That's Cayenne. Isn't that Duke Alberea? And there's Dieter Croix. Dieter Croix was right. He was right. He was right all along. And this is what we say everyone's part of the council. And what the fuck are we gonna do? Because Crossbell is in chaos. We have these terrorists going around. What the fuck do we do? Can we have Class 7 go around and do these field studies? And Oliver's like, well, I was doing my field studies in a certain way to LaBarrel, so let's all send them out there and keep going. So they do. And they're on their way. Oh yeah, here he is. We see our boy Mueller Vander. There he is. So that was cool. What the fuck? Perhaps I should take this opportunity to break down social barriers by getting to know all of them in the Academy's pool. You'd actually make me do it too. Oh, cruelty, thy name is Mueller. Their hearts are in sync. Oh, yeah. This is when Adele says, these plants have bloomed into beautiful flowers. Oh, yeah. This guy's going on his horse. I don't know. I took all these random screenshots. I know there's too much shit here, but whatever. Here's chapter 6, Progressive Chaos. Chaos! Fee's taking her nap. What was this one? Good, Mr. Schwarzer. We have come to an amusing juncture at which, even where I submit a blank request form, you would naturally assume my intent to an investigation of the old schoolhouse. So it is once again. That's right. Alright, Rex is taking pictures. What happened to the lazy alcoholic? What are you doing drinking, Sarah? Oh, you fight Angelica here. Yep. This is a sweet scene right here, where Adele hugged Fee. Fee, as the head of the gardening club, there's not a thing in the world that could make me happier. Now you should go spread your love by delivering your flowers to everyone. Aw. So sweet. Fee really developed a lot as a character. They all kind of did, but she's in particular her. Uh-oh, what's Sharon saying? Lady Sarah has yet to sober up. Oof. Oh, Lady Sarah. This is where you learn more about Patrick with Celestine here, his butler. Which is pretty cool. Instructor Beatrix. Oh, man. Yeah, there's some lore here. Did I even show those screenshots earlier? I know I've been bouncing around a bit. But this is going to go on too long if I keep dwelling on things. But Instructor Beatrix rescued Sarah a long time ago. And then for one of the final battles, you see Instructor Beatrix pulls out this rifle. She's like a badass. Alright, so they get ready for the class festival. Right? And Toa is telling Reen about what they did last year. Where her, Crow, Angelica, and George all performed. And look at their outfits here. Look at the outfit. I can't believe it. I'm Toa. What? Mishy Panic. This is them getting ready for their performance. And Crow is in charge of the outfits. Just leave those outfits in my capable hands. You better believe it. I'll make sure you all shine like the stars you are. Especially the ladies. Damn right. Damn right, Crow. I got this shit on lockdown. Alright. So yeah. You fought Sarah early in the game, you got your ass kicked, you fight her again, and we beat her. That's good. Making fun of Milliam. What's this with this guy? Class VII? Are you behind all this ruckus this morning? Damn right we are. We're always behind the ruckus. Yeah, this guy's like... Now, oh god, was the Testarossa? Wasn't that the name of the weapon that Shirley used? Didn't Shirley... Let me look this up real quick. What did Shirley use? Shirley Orlando. She used some kind of weird weapon, like the chainsaw thing, you know what I'm talking about? But I don't know, this guy Thomas name drops all this shit. It's crazy. I can't figure it out. Yeah, that's what it is. The weapon, the chainsaw rifle, Testarossa. What the fuck? He's name dropping Shirley Orlando's weapon, but the way he's saying it makes it sound like it's something else. The Crimson Demon said to be wield 1,000 weapons. What the fuck's he talking about? Oh man. Alright, so our boy Oliver shows up again. Well, first of all, we have to be shocked because what's Superman doing down here with Sarah? I was summoned by Lady Sarah. Cooking, cleaning, instantaneous travel. What isn't on her resume? Wouldn't you like to know, Eustace? Wait till the final chapter. But our boy, Prince Oliver, shows up again. When I first saw this ship, I thought it was a, one of the Red Constellation airships. But it's actually modeled after the Arcel, except it's red. And it's Prince Olivert showing up here because it wouldn't be a Trails game without an airship. Salutations, my beautiful friends. It's only been 10 days since last we met, but I can't keep myself away. And there he is. And not only does he have Muir, his trusty steed Muir, but it's captained by Victor S. Arside. And Toval, too, because why not? Look at this group, man. What a group. The Courageous. Look at this thing. And then it shows the ships going around. The music playing at the airship is fucking Kino. And it shows like our characters cheering them on. There's Eugent, his father. Is this the wind of change you attend to a release across our state and troubled land? Go on, my son. Show me the caliber of the man you are. There's Lecter and Gileath Osborne, which this goes back to Sky the Third. Sky the Third, man, which they have the one screenshot there. There's our debaucherous prince. He's come a long way. That's from Sky the Third. Sky the Third, man. I love it. I fucking love it. Can you turn the tides in your favor? I look forward to finding out. See, that's where they keep drip feeding this shit where, like, Gileath is a villain. Because is he against Prince Olivert? But then Lecter. Lecter's a good guy, right? I don't know. The head games this game's playing with me is unbelievable. And Super Maid's memorizing everything, of course. So they're sort of talking about like the politics, who can join these groups here. Oh, what's he saying? If we make the outfit skippy enough, guys will be breaking down the doors to get in. The Crossbell. Oh, I think he mentions Arios. Yeah, Wenzel. He's part of Crossbell. We owe McLean some favors too. Arios McLean. The Divine Blade of Wind. Cassius Sprite. Oh yeah, name dropping all our friends. Oh dude, how awesome would that be if Reen became a bracer? I can totally see that in the future games, right? After he graduates Thors military. Well, we'll see about what happens in Cold Steel too. But yeah, definitely, Reen could totally be a bracer. Suck at Gileath. So, Prince Albert cheering us all on. And there's our lovely Sharon Kruger again. Handsome and strong. I'm the total package. What else do we have? Yeah, here's more of the political struggles where... Okay, so the railway police here of Claire is here. And then the Provisional Army shows up. It's like, get the fuck out of here. We have our tanks. And they're like, what are you doing bringing tanks into this area? Like, what's going on, bro? And then Rufus shows up and is like, settle down, man. Like, they're all trying to kill each other. Crazy. So then... Oh, yeah. We have Sharon shipping Reen in again. I'd be happy to take your cup directly to Lady Elisa's room if that's what you'd like. You better believe it. Just let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Anything at all. Anything at all, she says. Oh my god. Perhaps you'd like to wash your back, but want some help with those hard-to-reach spots. Not to worry, I'm here to help. Haha. That way, you like to just throw potential theories out there. Reminds you of Lady Sarah. Don't worry, Master Reen. A maid must always be available to serve guests. Still, are you certain you don't feel like a rejuvenating back? I'd be happy to give you a stimulating massage, too, if that's your wish. Oh my god, gotta love her. Here's another great moment with... Aw, that's Elisa's father, too, who had passed away. And you see a smile on Irina's face, which you don't really see that anymore. But yeah, I think Reen gave her a head pat, which is why she made that face. And they're having their buddy romance. Have you decided to do like a full body massage now? Damn right! Tie me up, Sharon. And Reen's trying to leave again. Oh yeah, he got a phone call to meet with Claire for like secret meeting. And Sharon's one step ahead of her. Oh my god. So Fee tags along as well. And you eventually see Claire, and she's looking great in her dress. The charms of an older... How old is Claire? She's like in her 20s. All these characters aren't even old, though. They're all in their 20s. I mean, our characters are between 15 and 18, and then these ladies are in their 20s. Like, Sarah's like 25 or something, isn't she? I don't fucking know. But yeah, then they get the phone call. They leave, and they get a phone call, and Elisa finds out that Claire invited Reen. Like, what are you doing with another girl on town? Well, hold on, a late night date? I thought you only had eyes for me, Reen. Good job, kiddo. Tell me the details. I thought there was no such thing. So there's C, scheming with Vulcan and Scarlet, ready for the next battle. First Heimdall, then Crossbow. Now Ruhr shall be the third to witness our conviction. Okay. So now they're talking about the political struggle with just the Rhineford Company and how they all have different affiliations. Right? Now, I'm pretty sure in the end it's the second and fourth division are the ones who sort of defect, right? But it's just cool they lay all this stuff out there. So we fight this other archaism from Ouroboros. Claire's there. They end up capturing some miners. And Elisa has this moment where, you know, she's not going to take this. She's going to be her own woman. And scolding her mother, like, you know, you're doing things wrong. You got to make time for other things. And Elisa says, I promise you, by the time I graduate from the academy, I'll show you what the company should do, you know? And I like this quote from Sharon. They've grown a lot in the last 6 months. It's been a pleasure to watch. And then Arena, it seems all our principal players have assembled. What the fuck does she mean by that? So oh, this is she's talking about Gwen. He taught me the really important things in life, I think. That's Elisa's grandfather. You know, maybe that's why Angelica likes girls. Oh my goodness. So this is a funny line too. They climb up the stairs, and Angelica says the boys got to go first, then Fee and Elisa, and she'll take up the rear. And they're like, they're theorizing at first. The boys will walk up first, so they don't see up Elisa's skirt. But really, it's so Angelica can see up Elisa and Fee's skirt. Angelica, no! Oh my god, it's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So they make their way there. And then what happens... Oh man, so Crow decides to split up and take the miners back to regroup because George is at the front of the mine or whatever. And Angelica's going to go with them instead. And then they fight against Vulcan. Right? And he knows who Fee is. And Fee knows that he's part of the Arngar Jaeger Corps. And he gives the backstory there. He ran a medium-sized Jaeger crew. Which, I don't know, that guy there kind of looks like Crow with the headband. But, I don't know, I don't think it is. And they're going to go attack the Gileath Osborne's faction. He killed everyone except for Vulcan. So he wants revenge to kill the Chancellor. To avenge his comrades. And this is him meeting Gideon C. and Scarlet. He doesn't have any ideals. He just wants to avenge his friends. Which I respect to a certain degree. But you fight him. And then fucking C shows up. Which is very suspicious because, you know, our boy Crow just left. And here we are seeing C. What the fuck? So you fight C. This is honestly the hardest boss fight in the game, in my opinion. I died quite a number of times. It's a tough boss fight. You know, there's no character in this game like Kevin or Tio. Like Kevin had Grail Sphere and Tio had Zero Field, right? So you have to use the Art Adamantite Shield, which I eventually figured that out and used that. But there's no... I'm surprised like Elliot didn't have an S-Craft like that. But no, it's an attacking S-Craft. That would have made this boss fight easier, but this boss fight was fucking tough. So we defeat him, and then we take his airship out. And these guys, but then Crow shows up, so it's like, what? So Oliver's saying he's taking control, and that's exactly it. So the Rhineford Company was getting rid of the iron on the black market. And then Supermaid sees the sniper rifle, part of the workshop. What? The 13 workshop? What the fuck? We're talking to Ouroboros? That's what I thought when I first saw this. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Their handicrafts do seem to be vogue these days, especially with the Red Constellation. I've been hoping for the opportunity to have a little chat with you for quite some time now. I see now why they call you the Severing Change? What? And then it just ends. Like, the Severing Change? Well, stay tuned for that a little later. Now, there is an audio drama that explains this a little more, because they sort of, like, fast forward a month or two in the game. But basically, our heroes are rewarded, given an audience by Emperor Ugent, and praised for their deeds. And they end up going to Ymir. And then we get this shot of all the nobles and Gilead. Now, wait a minute. So, I'm trying to figure out who's who here. Because there's the 4 great... I thought Viscount Arside was one of the 4 great houses as well. I know the guy in the middle is Duke Kayan. Whatever the fuck his name is. You know his name. The one to the right, that's Duke Alberea. I don't know who the other 2 are. I forget who they are. But anyway, they're scheming in the shadows here. Here's some more. I love these little shots here. Angelica is forced to leave Thors military academy because of her role that she played, which is kind of sad. My girl, I like Angelica, man. My girl Angelica, say goodbye. And then they end up going on a vacation in Ymir, which is Reen's hometown. Now, there's an audio drama for this, for those who are interested. And they're getting ready for the next round of events. What are they saying here? Yeah, the Red Constellation is still in Crossbell. Yeah, right, they are. As such, I'll be remaining here to serve Lady Elisa and the rest of you. Well, thank you. Terrorist attack in Crossbell. Alright, so here's our boy Kenneth. Oh yeah, I call it the fish. Oh, where's the screenshot? Okay, well here it is. So, there's a side quest where Vice Principal Heinrich lost his notebook. Did we talk to Rex? Is that who found it? Yeah, he found the notebook. He found the picture in the notebook, which is the next slide. Because we know Rex is the man of culture, but did you know that Vice Principal Heinrich is also a man of culture because he has a photo of the one and only Risha Mao. Look at this, man. Risha, look at her. Oh, man. It's a picture of some dancer wearing a remarkably skimpy outfit, I'll say. Look at that outfit. Look at Heinrich's face. Some dancer? You call one of the greatest artists of our time some dancer? She is a member of Crossbell's highly esteemed theater troupe, Arc-en-Ciel. To call her a mere dancer is churlish. There is no shame in admiring Risha Mao's many charms. On the contrary, those who don't should hang their heads in shame. Tragically, the recent terrorist attack in Crossbell has impacted Arc-en-Ciel just as it would any other citizen. Yeah, they almost killed Ilya. The voice of the fans shall be their support as they continue their climb. We shall support Risha Mao! This guy's the #1 Risha fanboy. God bless. Alright. So, I think you can choose who you want. Yeah, you can. You can choose who you want to go to pick up the outfits in Heimdall. And obviously I chose Elisa. The absolute madman! Oh, you see this bird. And then conveniently, Misty. And then you go back, and look at this. She's blushing! As she's holding Reed tightly, she's blushing. And then we see these... Look at these outfits, man. Crow, what an excellent job. I like how... I think it's only Fee and Milliam have little hats on their head. And look at Sharon. She's like, oh, Emma, come on now. Sharon's thinking the face like, I need to wear one of those outfits. Wow, that makes your boobies look even bigger. I think you all look beautiful. And then the men are all dressed up. Which, the concert here, we're going to have Machias and Eustace do a duet, and then Emma does the main attraction. Which is great. Oh no, we broke Emma. Uh-oh. An ominous cloud. Uh-oh. Are they talking about what happened in, Yes, this is where they say... This is where they say how Instructor Beatrix was the one who rescued Sarah years ago, 10 years ago or whatever. Concerning guild reports in Crossbell. Uh-oh. I ask you, Idios and Dracos the Lionhearts. Grant these young people your protection and your courage. There they are. Look at this, man. Like, everyone's on the guitar. Oh, Crow. Ding dong! Anyway, we haven't got much time, so how about we get right down to business? Ah, you killed her! Poor Emma. Yeah, and I love how the two rivals here are best friends now doing their duet. And there's Elise. I mean, Elise is a pretty young lady, but I mean, what they're doing with Elise and Reen is just weird. I'm sorry, I'll keep bringing that up. But yeah, Crossbell has declared independence with Mayor Croyce. And the final chapter put to the test. There's Mishy. Oh yeah, Mishy Panic. Aw. Just ready to get the beckons of 5 ladies into my tender embrace. The man. Mishy's not an it, it's a cat! Or sorry, he's a cat. Oh, sorry. Man, where's Tia? If Tia were here, she'd be telling everyone what Mishy was like. Mishy! Mishy's my friend! Oh, Sharon! Her many tricks, she comes out here, she's the Blade Master now. Appointed by Master Crow. It looks like we could add Blade to the long list of things she's superhumanly good at. Is there anything she can't do? Oh, I can't escape Sharon no matter where I go. Alright. So we take on Mishy. There's a fun side story too. This guy, Instructor Makarov, that's his niece, Mint. And she's trying to fix him up with the other Instructor Mary. Oh, there's just so much fun little stuff here. What's Seraphila saying? Serapha. Yeah, poor Vincent. There are so many cute girls here. Oh, he's talking to Elisa. I think the girl with the blonde hair I saw was the cutest one yet. I agree. Lady Lisa, do my ears deceive me? Are you inviting Master Reen to a dance? No, I'll invite Elisa, don't worry. Alright, what's Sarah saying? Oh, she smuggled in some beer? Wait, is that Anton? Yeah, Ricky's here! Anton's paralyzed by his indecision, but once he started having fun, he just won't stop. Wait a minute, Anton, just a short while ago, you said how much you hated festivals. So. Yeah, who'd I choose? I guess I chose Emma for one event. I chose Elisa for this one, for the cute moments. Yeah, just the two of us. What do we have here? Yeah, why do you reek of beer, Instructor Sarah? This is a school. It was divine guidance. As I suffered parched and dry, Adios herself led me to an icy, rejuvenating beverage. How can I refuse the goddess? You're our instructor! Oh, man. Oh, yeah, she's bringing Labby out. You can't stop Milliam. What's that? I got all the recipes, I guess. I got most of the trophies here. We'll go through that at the end. Uh-oh, here's Anton once again. It doesn't matter how pretty the maid who made it was, you'll still get sick if you eat too much. Yeah, Anton has fallen for Sharon. That lavender-haired maid is so pretty. Not only that, but the food she makes is amazing. I think I finally found her, Ricky. I think I finally found my goddess. There's not a man in Zumeria who can claim to have seen as many goddesses as you have. I mean it. She's cute. She's elegant. She's a hard worker. How could you not call her any less than a goddess? Oh, they ran into trouble in the kitchen, and Superman shows up to save the day. This is the guy I mentioned, Annabelle, earlier. This butler. We saw him a few times in the game looking for Annabelle, and finally at the festival he finds her. So, alright, I guess another one with Sharon. And at the end here, look at this. The time has come! What the fuck? The time has come for what? And we see this shit. The bird. And then up, Sky the Third intensifies, and the bell tolls. And look at Dietrich Croix. They make him look like a villain there. Let me tell you. Dietrich Croix was right. He didn't do anything wrong. In the end, he's been vindicated by other events. So there's a barrier similar to... Well, Lammy's not going to work, William. But similar to the barrier, I guess, in Trails to Azure. Oh, yeah. So, by the power of friendship and the Arcus, they can go through there. Because the time has come for the final battle. And again, this is why my boy... I understand Sarah and Principal Van Dyke being there. But what the fuck is Thomas doing there? Thomas is there. And maybe he says something. May the goddess guide you. Yeah, he says that. And Tella George. Confirming release of the 6th lock. Potential awakener detected. The time has come. Commencing the 2nd trial. So this is when we get the reveal about Emma. She knows more than she was letting on, along with Celine, because Celine's there as well. And they got the final battle. Not really, there's a little more final battle. Alright, what's Reen saying? Are we ready to give it everything you got? And before that, I think I went back to town, I guess, talking to more people. Crossbell's keeping Mick on his toes, that's for sure. Which, okay, let's keep going. Higher elements. I got some trophies here. What's that one? 9 heart. Oh, that was 1,000 enemies, I think. I did some level grinding there. This is a million Mira. I basically just sold everything and then reloaded my save just to get the trophy. There's the final door. I thought that maybe I went too fast. I thought I had some lines with Toval and Sarah. I know I'm going backwards here, but I kind of... No, maybe that's a little later on. I don't know. Disregard this moment. Alright, so... Commencing the final trial. We make their way in here to, like, almost like the Keyblade graveyard. And then we fight this thing. The Ashen Power Loa Erebonius. Loa, as in the Spear of Loa, from Trails in the Sky the Third. What? The Trails in the Sky the Third again? But the Spear of Loa. I mean, what the hell, man? I don't know. What does Loa even mean? Is Loa like some kind of religious word? I don't know. Let's see. Does it mean anything? Does it mean like demon? I don't know. It probably means nothing. But the final battle. And this is my party in the end. I think Emma is required. But I don't know. I kept her in there because why not? I had all the waifus plus William and Crow. And then we fight this beast. Look at this thing. A shadow of the great power which appeared on the otherworldly battlefield carries out the final trial. Terminating trial. Take heed, awakener. Damn. And they make their way back, and we see the Divine Knight, which they don't say his name yet, but the Divine Knight, Valimar, the Ashen Knight, which I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself or they said it earlier, but there's another moment where when Valimar talks, who in a robotic voice, also voiced by DC Douglas, the same voice actor as Rufus Alvarez, says, "Dost thou desire the power?" which is a reference to Grahf from Xenogears. So if we're going to bring mechs into the fold, let's reference fucking Xenogears. Now the Divine Knights, I don't remember. They might have been in the books in the previous games. I don't think they've been mentioned prior to that. I don't think so. But we've already sort of established there are mechs in this series because we have Dr. Novartis, we had Patamacher, we had the 3 Ions. Oh yeah. Look at this fucking thing. So I got another trophy here. That's highest rank. Hoorah! And I do. It is like a weird change of pace. We're fighting like this demon thing. The Loa Erebonius. We see the Divine Knight, and then back to the concert with these fun lines. Hoorah! Time to go out there and knock those boys down with the sexy wink. Come on, Fee. Right? What's Thomas saying? This is a library. Stop yelling. Why is he yelling in the library? Okay, so he's talking about his brother or his father in Crossbow. Someone's in Crossbow. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, Sarah and Tova are talking. Tensions are on the rise in Crossbow. The forecast doesn't look pretty. And Mick shows up. How many damn times have I told you to see me first if you're in Trista? How many damn times have I tell you to stop calling me Toby? And enough with your life advice. You're not my dad. You're just old enough to be. You can say that since then, the two of us have been stuck like glue. Half the book was stuff this old geezer exaggerated. The book he's talking about is Cornelia, which is the book you can find in this game. Holy shit. A hobby, says the man holding some of the most dangerous info money can buy. Things are pretty dire in Crossbow. Slow down, old man. Are you sure things are legit? I think he's talking about how the White Ion fucking blew up Garrelia Fortress. We gotta call Michelle! Michelle, my man! There's Mishy again. Uh-oh, here's our boy Anton, poor guy. Anton was so excited to eat a pretty maid's cooking, he gorged himself until he was sick. He's lying down now. If he exhibited a little bit of self-control, I'm sure he would have been able to ask her out, too. Ha! Sabotaging his chance to have a girl while trying to impress her is very Anton. Ugh, don't talk to me. Poor Anton. Oh, there's our girl Sharon. Oh, he's talking to a crow. The kid with the bandana told me about the sexy outfits these girls will be wearing. Should be a good chance. Like, what the fuck? Should be a good chance to say my granddaughters would fill it out. Why? What are you talking about? And now, wait a minute. Now he's shipping Reed with Emma? Glare! Oh, goodness. Okay, so here's Annabelle again, reunited with her butler. This was Alan, right? He finally got the courage to ask his crush out. Oh, he's so happy. So sweet. Fee's bonding with Milliam. There's Valimar, which I don't even think they said Valimar's name, but this is the spoiler discussion. You guys already know. You guys already know. But I'm trying to do things in order. Alright, Elise is here. Let's head pat her again. Give some more sexual attention to your sister. Okay, good job. Oh, Elise, get away from Gwen. Look at this picture right here. Gwen, we have already established is a pervert to his own granddaughter, is like going with Elise. Sharon's looking on like, oh my. Elise is shaking her head. What a picture. Well, Patrick is kind of busting moves on Elise. I think, yeah, this is the shipping. I was hoping to, like, what the fuck? I was hoping to catch the two of you clutching each other in the torrid embrace of forbidden love. Like, what? Oh, yes, please. Would you mind if I threw off my shirt and left on the stage to join you all midway through? Yeah, I mean, we should have had Oliver join the concert. That would have been great. That would have been great. Okay. So here's the concerts. And then, so remember, Angie left for a while because she was expelled from the school. But she shows up and she's looking hot, man. Angie. And she's here to see a Crow Nose. Why did you become such a babe, Angie? And she's here to see her lovely fair maidens. Angelica! Nothing like the pure, fresh scent of a woman. Look at Milliam's face. All I've had to look at since going back home is my dad's grumpy old face. I'm in heaven right now. Alright, I've got my fix. Ah, so warm, so soft. That tickles. Look at Fee's eyes. I should have seen this coming. You do know they could file a sexual harassment claim, right? That doesn't matter. So we get the concert, which is fucking great. I guess we'll go through it all. So there's... They just did... There was no, like, actual singing. They had instrumental music, and then they did an encore. But for the encore, they played I Swear, the ending theme of Trails in the Sky second chapter, which I got goosebumps when I heard. I'm like, man, that's fucking awesome. It would have been cool if they did an original song. That would have been awesome. But I'll take it. And this is so corny and cheesy that, like, how can you not like it? I loved it, man. Look at Fee and Milliam's little hats. I love it. And Emma, the star of the show, man. It's fucking awesome. Laura on the drums? What? It was incredible. Ladies and gents, you've been a wonderful crowd. And Crow's like the usher. I guess I want to go to... Yeah, because I do have a video. I don't have the audio on, so I'm not going to play that. So... Got the encore doing I Swear. Prince Oliver, he knows the song. He's singing along. Look at him go. Sarah. And Celine. And Misty, or Vita. Right, so after that we get the bonfire. And this was a great moment where he stopped Crow and Elliot to talk to them. And this kind of reminded me of the lines in Zero and Azure, where Lloyd would always give his corny speech and everyone would call him out on his speech. So here's Rean giving a corny speech and Crow, damn man, is making people feel awkward a hobby of yours or something? Holy hell, are you guys trying to see make me cringe the hardest? So yeah, they're saying how Class 7 might not exist next year, so just wanted to thank you. And then Crow gives him back the 50 Mira coin from the beginning of the game. And Rean's like, yo, me interest on that, Buster. So, really sweet moment. And then Oliver is like, oh, let's share a dance, my dear sister. Come on now. So they go out and dance. And you get the choice. Oh, look at this. Yeah, you get all the ships here. We get Gwen doing a dance with Sharon. It's her honor. We get Governor Regmans and Arena. They're both bachelors, and I guess a bachelorette, right? They're dancing. Viscount Arcade dancing with Sarah. Where's Toval? Toval should be dancing with Sarah. And she's like, racist fangirling out. Oh, he's just my type, too. Wait a minute, is that the ship? I thought the ship was Sarah and Toval. And then Angelica dancing with George. And then, I don't know, man. This is just fucking... I'm sorry. Maybe someone could, like, clarify this stuff in the comments, but I feel like the whole Elise Rean thing is fucking weird. It's just fucking weird. But you have the option of choosing who you want to dance with, and maybe someone can also leave a comment about that. Because I don't know if is it the link levels? Because I had 4 options. I reloaded my save to get them all. And the characters I got were Elisa, Emma, Fee, and Milliam. I know for a fact Elisa and Emma and Fee were definitely up there because I went for all of Elisa's bonding scenes. I went for most of Emma's and most of Fee's, and I always had them in the party. And I guess the same for Milliam. I always had her in the party. How does that work? And how does that work for the men in the party? Because I definitely favored the girls more, especially with the bonding scenes. But, like, does Reen ask the guy to dance with him? Like, how the fuck does that work? Because I guess that's how you get the bonding scene. I got the bonding trophy for Elisa, Emma, Fee, and Milliam. Obviously, the one with Elisa was the best. Really sweet moments. And they're together. Let's stay together. Yes. R is for romance. So then I went for Well, I guess reloaded the save to get all the trophies. And I thought that this was funny, man. I guess every other cute girl rejected you. I could find room in my heart to help you. Aw, Milliam. It's kind of a sad... It kind of reminds me of Tio. So she's going to be good friends. And then Fee, Fee definitely grew on me the most as far as characters go. I really liked her. And she's able to accept her new family in Class 7. And then Emma, who's like, oh, there's better dancers. Oh, okay, I'd love to. And they dance. And then she'll tell Reen the truth one day. Okay. And then Celine's watching, of course. Right? And then we get the reveal here that Claire was part of the class years ago. We're on the brink of upheaval and crossbells hit the fan and we gotta get the fuck out of here. So, they all leave. Oh yeah, they're talking about Garrelia Fortress. This is when the White Ion attacks Garrelia Fortress and trails to Azure. And they say how Nineheart was supposed to be there. Which I think they kind of retcon that with Kia. Because they said, Kia didn't kill him with the White Ion. She just sort of erased them. But then brought him back, right? I think that's how it worked. I don't think they all died. Because anyway, Nineheart survives, obviously. So the festival is complete. Time to go to bed. Garrelia Fortress was destroyed. Shit's hitting the fan. So, what's going to happen? An unknown weapon has erased it from existence. That's the White Ion. And the Septarion of Zero. Oh man, there it is. There it is. And they're being attacked by the other ions. And everything is hitting the fan. What do we do? So, they're missing Crow and Milliam. And Chancellor Osborne is declaring a speech at noon. Which was an epic scene, let me tell you. Just the voice act. That's why I love Gilead Osborne so much. His voice actor kills it. And like I said, I like him, man. He's like, he puts Erebonia first. He's a true patriot. And that's, I think I might have skipped over that earlier. Maybe that was earlier in this video. I've been babbling for so long now. Principal Van Dyke was in the military with Gilead Osborne years ago. And here's Nineheart made it back somehow. Like, how the fuck are you alive, says Reed. And this is our boy Thomas. He knows. He's talking to the Septarions. What the fuck's the Septarion? Well, play the Sky Games, play Zero, play Azure, you'll know. Septarions are said to be 7 all-powerful treasures bestowed upon humanity by Adios herself. It's certainly more exciting to imagine a Septarion behind this instead of a weapon. He's right! Alright, this song I play, I do want to mention this song playing in the background. This is what plays, it's called New Companions, when Milliam and Crow joins Class 7. It's just, I consider this to be Milliam's theme. Great song. Even so, my mind keeps wandering back to the orbital shutdown in Libero 2 years ago. They are related. The Azure tree is basically the Liber Arc. Oh, this guy's talking about Whitcomb. Why did I even screenshot that shit? Alan's protected his waifu. God bless him. And Annabelle's fishing with Kenneth. Oh, I got all the books. So, in this instance, we're looking for Milliam and Crow, because we can't find them. And eventually we find Milliam looking at Valimar. And reveals to Reen that Gramps told her to keep an eye on it. Whoopsie, it was confidential. Not really. Idios will save our souls. What's Crossbell doing? Things are going to happen fast. Get ready. There's Sharon again. And Master Crow went to his room and then left again. What could that mean? And his room is awfully tidy. It looks kind of empty. So, they're all getting ready for the speech. Couldn't find Crow, so we're going to listen to the speech anyway. And the woman talking on the radio is actually Vita Clotilde. And Emma knows who she is. And we hear... Oh, this is so awesome, man. Gilead Osborne gives a speech. We stand today in the face of an uncertain future. All of you, I'm sure, are aware of what has transpired in recent weeks. Crossbell, our erstwhile province, has defiantly declared its independence. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you get it. It's just... Oh my god. So he's like, we're not going to take this shit from Crossbell. We got to stand firm with Erebonia. and stop these traitors, the Imperial Liberation Front. Stop Crossbell because they destroyed Galeria Fortress. It's an act of war. We'll protect this country with whatever it takes. Look at this dude. Iron and... with blood and iron, we shall mete out justice. And they're like, what's Milliam doing? And she's on the phone, talking to Claire. And they didn't catch on. Crows earned this victory, which we get the reveal that the twist villain, every Trails game has had a twist villain. And it's honestly shocking. And I said long ago, when I first saw Gileath Osborne, I thought he was going to be the twist villain. And he still could be. Who knows? But in this game, Crow is C. He is the twist villain of this game. And, wow. I really didn't expect it. But looking back, they all have their quotes here where it does make sense. It does make sense. So, they figured it out. They screwed it up bad. It's been Crow the whole time? And that's when they think back how Crow mysteriously left during the mines, right? But then he was back with Olivert. And then they fought him. And they destroyed that airship. But it wasn't him. And it's just crazy, man. And it was a voice recording. So Crow outsmarted us. I'd like for people to please leave a comment too if you guys knew it was C early on or what the deal was, because I had no idea. I don't even know who C was, but you know, looking back, you put the pieces together, it does make more sense, because even the other, like Vulcan, he was Comrade V, Scarlet Comrade S, Gideon Comrade G, and C, Crow, right? Crow's 1. And then it cuts back over here. I hereby proclaim. And then we see C with the sniper rifle, the same sniper rifle we saw earlier, which is an Ouroboros manufactured weapon. And he's not going to take any shit from Crossbell. Go finish your speech in hell. And he shoots him! But again, though, this goes back to Azure, because when we saw our boy Lecter again in Azure, they said that the old man Gileath got shot, but Lecter was like, knowing him, he's still alive and he's still out there. But in this scene, you see the bullet hole through his chest, you see blood everywhere. But at the end of Azure, you already know Gileath's still alive, so it's like, what the fuck? How does Gileath survive? I guess that's the reason I played Cold Steel 2, to figure out how the fuck he survived. But I mean, you see the bullet hole through his chest. But playing Azure, we already know from Lecter that Gileath is still alive. But it's still shocking, and you know. But he knows it's Crow. Well played, Arbra. So it's like, what the hell, man? And look at him, the hole. Look at all the blood. That was the anticlimax. That's kind of how I felt too. Like, I was shocked, but in a way, not really, because I remembered Azure, what I just said before about how Lecter revealed that to Lloyd and the rest of them, and how at the very end of Azure, you got the credits, and Gileath is there with his smirk. So he's still alive. So how the fuck did he survive this? Is what I'd like to know. And then Claire shoots him and shoots his helmet off. We see Crow. Oh, man. Right under our noses. And dang it. And yeah, Lecter put it all together. Oh, man. How could you? And Crow had his reasons from what happened back in Jurai when it was annexed by the Empire 8 years ago. And yeah, how did he plan all this? Well. And we hear Misty again. A large silver craft, another airship. And then she sort of breaks the fourth wall and talks to Class VII. And we can see like a incantation. The Azure Abyss's Phantasmagoria. What? And we see this giant-ass battleship from the Noble Alliance. And it drops off these things called Panzer Soldats, which are these mechs created by Ouroboros. And he name drops Zephyr. So Zephyr's working for Ouroboros too. And then he leaves in his own mech, his own Divine Knight, which is known as Ordine, the Azure Knight. And these guys are just going to town and killing everyone. And this one, they're going to show the other one as well, are the two Jaegers, former members of Zephyr, who we saw with Duke Cayenne early on. Oh, hold on. Yeah, there he is. Right? And the little princess is Fee. They're talking about Fee. That's for Fee to decide. The boss would have wanted it that way. So we're going to learn a lot more about these guys, I'm sure, as well as Fee and the backstory and the boss, the Jaeger King, in Cold Steel 2. And I wonder if Garcia Rossi will show up. That'd be fucking badass. And, oh, goddamn, Vita Clotilde of the Abyss, Grianos. So that's her familiar, similar to Emma has Celine, right? And, oh my god, we see a Phantom Thief Blue Block. I find myself reminded afresh of the brilliance with which you shine as the second Anguish. Vita Clotilde, the second Anguish of Ouroboros. Remember, our friend Weissman was the third Anguish who died. And then Maria Belcroix took his place. And we also know Professor Novartis as the sixth Anguish. And Arianrod as the seventh Anguish. Holy shit, man. The names again, Azure, Ordine the Azure Knight, Reen's new S-Craft, Azure Flame Slash. What's the deal with Azure? So good, man. First Liberal, then Crossbell, now here in Erebonia. Oh shit. Well, she's talking about, because Blue Blanc, remember, Blue Blanc's been in every single Trails game. Only member of Ouroboros, really maybe only character overall who's been in every game. Blue Blanc. He is getting a little greedy. The Phantasmal Blaze Plan. The bells are tolling for Crossbell. The preparations here are complete. Still, even this grand undertaking is but a jewel in the greater crown. The second stage of the Orpheus final plan. The symphony awaits us. Let the second movement commence. Damn. And then we get the reveal here where Emma says that Vita, I guess she calls her Misty because they know her as Misty, is something of a sister of mine. What the fuck does that mean? So now, shit's hit the fan. Fee saw them, the two Jaeger guys from Zephyr. And the Panzer Soldites are making their way over here because they're looking for Valimar. And, you know, Anton. So Ricky left, which I don't know why Ricky left him. I think Ricky went back to Heimdall? Why would Ricky leave Anton behind? But that's what happened. Poor Anton. Alright, what else is there? I like you get more character, like even Principal Heinrich, who's a pain in the ass the whole game, and now I won't let them lay a finger on anyone as long as I stand. The Academy is under our care. You do what you must. Like Principal Heinrich, my man. This is Sharon. We'll get to Sharon in just a minute. Don't worry. Don't worry. Even Patrick, he's gonna take a stand. We are all students of Thors, equal bearers of the crest of the Horned Lion. We will do what it takes to protect it. Rex is taking his photographs. They're all ready to go. Now, let's go through all these screens. This is fucking awesome, man. So we have the line of defense here, where we have Sarah, Neinhardt, Principal Van Dyke, Instructor Thomas, Instructor Makarov, and Instructor Beatrix. Holding the line here. Holding the line. And, like, Beatrix has this fucking sniper rifle. Principal Van Dyke, what kind of weapon is that he's got? He's got this giant club. And then Makarov and Thomas have orbital staves. I don't know of any other old ladies who can reduce an armored car to a smoldering wreck that quickly. Talking about this old lady here with the sniper rifle. Like, what? Says the man who cut one in half. Ha! Always nice to share a little outing with my wonderful colleagues. And while we're at it, it says, when did the two of you become such whizzes with the high-level art? Seriously, man. Especially you, Thomas. When did you leave the library long enough to become so disturbingly proficient with an orbital staff? Well, you know me. I've always been taken with the mages of the Middle Ages. Who is Instructor Beatrix? The Reviver. Oh my god, man. This was so good. This was so good. So they're holding the line here. You two make the dynamic duo. Shut up, Thomas! And then, super maid out of nowhere, Sharon, allow me to handle things here. I'll be sure to give Lady Sarah and her colleagues the opening they need to clinch their victory. Watch this, ready? And she rips out a fucking dagger, and she had these, like, chains. They call her the severing chains, right? The pleasure of being bound, vulnerable, and exposed to the thrill, like, no, oh my goodness. Would you care for a little demonstration? I'd say you won't feel a thing, but that would be lying. Looks like you've even picked up a few new tricks since our dust-up 2 years ago. Referencing the raid on the Erebonian guilds 2 years ago with Campanella and the rest of them. Sharon was involved. I guess I wouldn't expect anything less from Sharon Kruger, Ouroboros' Enforcer number 9! What? As she has that smirk on her face. Or should I just call you the Severing Change? Sharon was the Enforcer number 9 all along? Wait a minute. How? I guess that explains her super maid abilities. Right now, but a humble maid in the service of the Rhineford family. And no matter who's pulling the strings, anyone who tries to harm Lady Alyssa or her friends will have to go through me first. Fucking Kino. Fucking Kino. I think you and I need to sit down and we need to have a nice chat. Oh my god, man. Oh, and then this old man comes out. Let's kick some ass. Alright, so enough of that. But I could, dude, this was fucking awesome. I couldn't believe it. You know, I knew there had to be more to Sharon than he meets the guys. Or it could have just been a gag the whole time. How she's just this maid who has these superhuman abilities, whatever. But she's Enforcer number 9? Wait a minute. But it begs the question, because I've asked this before about Ouroboros. Like, are they good guys? Are they bad guys? There's conflicting, like, Louvet. Right? But he's dead now. But he was a good guy in the end. He had a change of heart. I don't think Blue Blanc's a bad guy. I think he just likes to play tricks and mess around. I don't think Arianrod's a bad guy either. Obviously, Sharon's not a bad guy either. It's very interesting. I love it. Great reveal. I can't wait to see more of Sharon in Trails of Cold Steel 2. Yeah, Alyssa, who the heck is Sharon? Don't ask me. So yeah, Vulcan and Scarlet are piloting these mechs. We got to take care of the Draken. And we actually fight it. We actually defeat this fucking thing by ourselves. I mean, how the fuck do you beat a mech with just the kids and the sword and all that? We beat him. Then we fight Scarlet, who's in the Spiegel. And we lose. But Reen does his little power-up that he did before. Turn his hair white. Uh-oh. One in whom dwells the flame. Awakener. And then Celine shows up and starts talking. And Reen... Can you talk? Yeah, Celine can talk. The cat is talking. And he summons Valimar. Which I might have not got the screenshot properly. But Valimar says, Dost thou desire the power? Which is a direct reference to Grahf from Xenogears. And we see the Ashen Knight, Valimar. Holy shit. And yeah, how the fuck was he doing it? He's the chosen one, so he can do it. But he does. And he doesn't have a weapon, so he does the 8 leaves one blade unarmed form. And these fights, there was 2 mech fights at the end of the game. They were fucking awesome. And I can't wait to play Trails of Cold Steel 2, and I hope there's more mech fights in it. But we defeat Scarlet. And then the Azure Knight Ordine shows up, piloted by Crow. Now, and she Now, oh, here's some more theory shit. That has to be Vita Clotilde, because she's the Azure Diva. Now, my theory, what if Crow is an enforcer in Ouroboros now? It only makes sense. It only makes sense. So you fight Crow. And he's been doing this for some time. Which, at the end here, Crow reveals he's been an Awakener for 3 years? He's controlled Ordine for 3 years? I guess we'll probably get more backstory on that in Cold Steel 2. At least I hope we do. But I just wonder, how come there was no mention of that in the other games? Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe it was in the books in the other games, but I don't think they mentioned Divine Knights or anything like that in the previous games. So, and where was Crow hiding? Or maybe Ouroboros just had it. Because, yeah, obviously I think Vita Clotilde had to do with Crow being an Awakener. Right? And this was a really sad moment because, like, the whole game, again, the twist with Siege caught me by surprise. And the whole game, Crow was just a bro, man. He was awesome. And it turns out he's the villain in the end. And Reen actually says something to him. Like, yeah, right here, hanging out our field studies at concert meant nothing to you? And then Crow has, like, this look where he has a pause, too. I'm afraid so. Where maybe deep down, Crow, he did feel something. He had to have felt something. So we're going to settle it once and for all. Epic fight. Which, listen to this. This is Crimson Wings, a new win. This is the theme that plays when you're on the airship with Olivert. Should I get that, what's the final boss theme? Blue Destination or whatever? That fucking song is awesome. Maybe we'll play that a little later. Anyway, because I just have this playlist going in the background. Alright, so they have the fight. And coming back with us, Crow. And this is pretty crazy. I got the trophy for finding all the enemies fighting Ordine, which is pretty cool. But you beat him. I actually lost because the way it works, it's a fucking awesome. It's so awesome doing the mech fights. It just feels great. But the end of the game, they give you 2 mech fights. It's like, here, kid, here's some new rules and new strategies. And basically, you gotta, like, target either the head, the arms, or the body. And I was fucking up, so I died. It was kind of funny fighting the final boss a couple times because I kept dying. But it was still epic as hell. And you beat Crow, but he was holding back. Or not really. Yeah, he says, you've been piloting the Divine Knight for 1 day. I've been using mine for 3 years. That's why, hopefully Cold Steel 2 explains more of that. Like how the fuck Crow became an Awakener 3 years ago. And Celine says here, it's kind of like, he takes damage in his mech and he feels damage himself. And Valimar falls. And I think this scene is specific to who you chose to dance with at the end. Which obviously got Elisa. And they all go their separate ways. We'll meet again. And that's the end. And because Valimar flies off. Because Celine gives the order and says, get the fuck out of here, Valimar, you're going to die. Which Crow's going to kill Reen. Which was the goal there? I mean, I guess to capture Valimar to use for more of Ouroboros' plans. We'll find all this out in Cold Steel 2. And here's some more credits where I guess took screenshots of all the characters at the end there. And great game, man. Very slow. But a Crow, man. My man Crow. That's the final image. That's the final trophy. And I beat the game on hard. I didn't play it on Nightmare. I beat it on hard difficulty. So, man, how long have I been going here? Let's see. Fuck, 3 hours. 2 hours, 45 minutes. Of course, I can never keep these videos short. I was hoping to do 2 hours, but, how the fuck do I even do these videos? Anyway, this game, I really enjoyed it. I like the comfy slice of life feel to it. And then how it just picks up near the end. And, you better believe I'm starting Trails of Cold Steel 2 right away. After this, even, we'll get this video ready to go to schedule upload it. And I'll be starting. But, I love how, like, going through it, playing the previous games, seeing so much stuff, like even seeing, you know, like this is one of the most keynote moments of the game for, like, you know, mech battles, all that shit. Supermaid, who I thought was just a fun, great character throughout the whole game, and then we get the fucking reveal that she's Enforcer number 9. I mean, like, what? So, my prediction for Trails of Cold Steel 2 as to what I think is going to happen. Well, I think it's going to start immediately after this game, wherever Valimar crash lands. Like, that's what I didn't get the screenshot of that in the ending credits because it shows Valimar, like, crash landed, and then Reen and Selene. I wonder if Selene becomes a party member, almost like Zeit. Remember in Trails to Azure, it's Lloyd, Wazi, and Zeit for a while, and then you find your friends. I wonder if that's the case. I anticipate, well, obviously all the characters from the previous game will join the party again. It'll probably be like, you know, Final Fantasy VI or Trails to Azure, finding them all again, wherever they might be. Like I said, Selene probably going to join the party. I wouldn't be surprised if we got party members from other games, like Trails in the Sky or Zero and Azure, but at the same time, maybe not Zero and Azure, because they got their own problems to deal with, because this is like right after Guerrilla Fortress was destroyed, so they got their own, maybe not no one from Azure, but I wouldn't be surprised if like Estelle or Josh would show up. Well, actually no, that wouldn't work, because they're in Crossbell, and Kevin can't show up either, so maybe scratch all that. I feel like they have to add new characters though, like we're gonna have Class 7 again. I do think Sarah is going to join and not be like just a one-and-done chapter character. Maybe that wouldn't surprise me if, like, because Angelica, she's gone from Thors now, so she's somewhere else. Maybe she's one of the first characters you find. I think it's going to be one of those where you, like, find character one by one. But I do think there's going to be some new ones. Hell, what if Sharon joins the party? That'd be fucking awesome. We'll see. And Prince Oliver. Oh, if he joins the party too, that... And Mueller. Write it down. But yeah, I mean, almost 3 hours. I gotta end this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, you know. I don't know if there are any more for these long-ass videos, because I do have to get my spoiler thoughts out there, but I have no patience to edit anymore, so hopefully people can enjoy listening to the podcast format. Where's that one song at the end of the game that we can just listen to? Oh, The Decisive Collision. That's what it's called. This is the final boss theme that plays fighting against Crow with the Divine Knights. Such an epic song. It's called The Decisive Collision. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Yeah. Fucking awesome. Yeah, imagine like these... Yeah, you know what? Nineheart might join the party too. I wouldn't be surprised about that either. And you know, what if Lecter joins the party? Or Claire? I could see that. Great game. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. I will probably do an initial thoughts on Trails of Cold Steel as my next video. So, thanks guys, have a great day, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Peace out.